There we go. Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, awesome. Okay.
Well, your stream is offline. Why don't you just join the Discord chat so I can actually talk?
Oh, I was going to try to get this up on YouTube for live stream. It's still not fucking working right.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm doing this through my phone. I don't have this on my, this isn't through my computer.
Oh. Damn it.
What is, here, join the Discord chat so we can talk, and then we can figure this out.
Okay. Let's see. Let me mute myself over here. That or I was going to do Audacity. Sure. Let me add you guys again. Use the latest one. Okay, use the latest one. Let's see if that works to get it up. Yeah, just let's see. Yeah. Hey, Kurt, could you go to my YouTube channel and see if it's live broadcasting? Oh, God damn it. Yeah. Am I still not on the freaking... Oh, yeah, let's see. Dude, this is... I'm trying to get it to YouTube, and it's supposed to go straight to YouTube, and it's not. Google Hangouts. It's supposed to go... It's supposed to open up the event and go right to Google Hangouts. It just didn't. Yeah, that's what I'm using. I'm doing it directly through YouTube. The YouTube Hangouts is if you do it a quick ways, it links everything really well. But am I up now? Oh, cool, guys, you can hop on here. I sent a new invite with the newest one, dude. A delay. Oh, that's all good. Nice. Nice. Okay, I mean we're gonna do this in just a minute, so we'll start in just a few minutes. Zyber, good to have you. Cecil, awesome. Kind of sucks that I screwed up my first one, you know, but okay. Let's see. Where's the newest URL for this? Okay, there we got the chat up. To watching now. What is the URL for this thing? Why are you not? It was showing it to me originally. Now it doesn't want to show it to me. Makes this easier though. Timestamps. Okay. Invite. Okay, I'll invite both you and Kurt. Invite. Yes, but it's a possibility we could use stuff like this for video and in the future. This is kind of I'm the guinea pig. Okay, so Okay. Okay, there's my Google Hangouts, my YouTube. Get updates. Okay, so this is going pretty. Live control room. All right. All right. So I'll be right back. I'm going to grab myself a beer. You guys still updating? Drink some Namaste. What's that? You're not. Oh wait, you're not using Chrome, are you? Will Google work through Firefox, like all the Google stuff? Docs? Okay. That's cool. Damn. Oh, Kurt, let me get you the show notes too. Oh, never mind. He's on his phone. Mr. Roboto. Zyber, you're just you're away from your PC, aren't you? Mm. Oh, sorry. I went to get a beer. Oh, okay. Adding, inviting. All right, Zyber, you said. There we go. All right. Let's say, yeah. See, so I had you up here before briefly. Acting funky. If anybody wonders, I'm not talking to myself. I just have them on the Discord app. Oh, my brain is fried today. I did too. You do. Oh, my brother's on. Adam's on. Yeah. Nice. Hopefully these two fix their stuff soon. I've been busy lately. Adding some backlights to stuff. No, actually, I'm going to shortly. I just haven't had time, and I didn't want to crack it out and not get to use it or have the kids spill something on it. So it's right next to me. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. Nice. Sounds like my typing sounds like some of the weird background noise in some of those games. Tap, 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 tap. Excuse me. Also, another one I did. Been modding some Game Boys over here. Feeling lonely in my podcast. Feeling lonely. Hey, you guys, where are you? But not my podcast. I'm gonna run out of beer. Tippy tap, tippy tap, tippy tap. As far as I know, Adam was only hearing me. Could you hit your video too, see if you show up? So I'm not showing anything else under my control room for anybody else being underneath. As I said, this YouTube stuff might suck. I don't know yet. Experience with it. Time to work on it. thinking, and Adam's not even getting my my invite for some reason. Invitation posted. Zyber, yep. Still getting technical issues. Google Hangouts, why do you have to be so harsh? Cameraman. We had some viewers, but they've left, except for 2 of them. Which is probably like me and you. Son of Beach. Son of Beach.
All right, can you still hear me?
Yeah. Oh, you just popped up for a second there, bud. Yes, you did. You're on there. You were up here. All right.
Oh, I'm trying to see if I can get this. I gotta figure out where the audio settings are.
I don't have any. I hear. I have sound. I don't have video, but I have sound of you. There. Yeah, I just saw video.
There you go.
Video.
I am on like Kong.
Awesome.
Man, you can really see how sunburnt my face is there, though. Holy hell!
Yeah, you look like a raccoon, only red.
Yeah, I got crispy outside, man. Super fucking crispy. Alrighty.
Wow. Hey, here's Zyber. Yeah, we're all here. All right, guys. Is it okay if I kick out of?
Yeah, I'm gonna kill Discord. Yep, I'm gonna disconnect that Discord.
Yeah, kill Discord also.
All right, I'm gonna start my Audacity.
Yeah, give me a second here. I'm just kicking out of. I'm still not seeing me on the stream though.
Oh, when it says you don't show at the bottom. I can see you though, but it just shows you with a blank thing. It does it to me too.
Gotcha. No, I was just looking at your YouTube channel, so I was trying to see if I was showing up on it or not.
You were. It's just a delay. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get.
Yeah, you're showing up on my YouTube channel, dude. You're showing up. You're showing up.
There we go. In the bottom right-hand corner. Now I see it.
Yep. And yep, it showed up. So
Yeah.
I'm going to start my recording my Audacity. Well, I'll do the sync 1, 2, 3, and then you, Cecil, then Zyber, and hey, we've got my bro Adam there.
I just hijacked your shit.
Hell yeah!
Wait, can you?
Yeah, we can, bro. We can hear you, man.
Now, when you say "hear you," do you mean like the universal here? Because I can hear that.
Oh, hang on. I gotta put my pants back on. Oh man, I just heard that like 10 minutes late. I'm hearing myself.
I got to figure out how to like take care of my echo.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
So, I'll start off for the Audacity. Part of it, it's MicrobrewGamerZ 1, 2, 3. Cecil.
This is Cecil Sync 1, 2, 3.
And I don't think Adam has Audacity, so that'll be all right.
Like that.
Yeah, Zyber can sync whenever you're all set.
Wait, should I like?
I just hold on. I got serious echo issues here. I'm on a cell phone, so.
Oh, it's all good, bro. Actually, we'll just have you hop in when you can. So Steve and I'll have the Audacity, but I'm probably going to try to see what I can do with this YouTube. See if I can convert this. So, Audacity is a program that does just record your. Oh, you have it?
Do you think I don't know what Audacity is?
I'm just being retarded.
Well, judging by your mic, I would say you don't know what audio is.
Hey, it's the mic on my my headphones. I got unplugged. We're gonna just record your. Oh, you have it? I think I don't know what Audacity is. Well, judging by your mic, I would say you don't know what audio is.
Now we're getting some feedback. That's awesome.
Yeah. I won't.
Oh, no, that's 10. As I say, that's 10 times worse right now. It sounds like you're talking through a tin can.
Oof. Oh yeah, there's the mic right there.
Good old delays.
All right, so I think we're gonna get this thing started in a sec.
So you probably want to, whoever's got it going in the background, you might want to stop the feed going in the background.
Oh yeah, there's the mic right there.
Now, I can use this if I want to.
Good old delays.
Yeah, so
Hey Adam, if you you can go to like say another page in YouTube and you'll still be in it, but you won't get that like hear us go back and forth and the video going. I've got mine on another page, so it doesn't do the same thing.
Can I just close all the pages that aren't the Google Hangout thing?
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna do that. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can actually hook up my mic if that makes it better.
Oh, that's good. Good stuff right there. All right. Now we got some people on. Yeah.
well, all four of us here, let's go take out Diablo.
Yeah.
All right, so welcome to the first Microbrew Gamers Show podcast, live stream on YouTube, etc. So on. We're going to start with the introductions. I'm D from MicrobrewGamerZ. You can reach me at microbrewgamerzwithaz.com, and that'll lead to my YouTube and everything else. Cecil, where can they find you?
Oh, my name's Cecil Xavier. I am the host over at the GNA Podcast. You can email us over at gnapodcast@gna and your DNA.1, or find us on Twitter at GNA Podcast or Facebook at GNA Podcast. We're also on Twitch. You can pretty much find us almost anywhere at GNA Podcast.
All right, this is my brother Adam, aka this is Article. Where they can find you at, bro?
I'm just a underground artist, rapper kind of thing, like music, play video games in my off time. I'm not really associated with any podcast or anything. But, I'm just kind of here. I don't know.
Well, we have to change that, Trebek.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah, we'll have to get you on some more of these podcasts. Next, we got Zyber. Zyber, where can everybody find you at, bro?
Hey, you can find me on MicrobrewGamerZ on YouTube. You can also find me on the Discord channel. I go there frequently for torture and all kinds of other stuff. It's a good time. Also, you can find me on Twitch, and you can also find me on Twitter, all at ZyberBlood.
Awesome. I think we'll start off with some cool news. I don't know if you guys heard it all, but there is a new brewery set to open sometime in the near future in Baltimore, Maryland. And what I mean by brewery, it's going to be a new Guinness brewery. After 63 years of no presence in this country, Guinness is coming back.
Oh, nice.
And they're also going to have 2 beers coming to us that we haven't had over here. They're going to have a Dublin Porter and the West Indies Porter coming. So some new beers coming out, and Guinness brewery / factory guest location, everything, destination coming out near Baltimore. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, hell, that's not that far away from me. I'll have to take a trip up there once I know that they're in place. What do you know what time they're opening? Like what month, year, etc.?
I didn't see anything about when. They just posted it, so I think they're still working on. They're going to be doing the construction and everything soon. So I don't know if they've given a date yet.
Well, shit, if I'm East Coast still when it happens, I'm checking it out.
Like, yeah, I'll have to make a special trip there, man. Have to send down.
I had a shot the other day of some stuff called, I think it's called Tuaca or something like that. It's like, I don't know, like a Mexican liquor or something. It smelled awful, but it was surprisingly smooth. I don't know. Drink it, and I was like, I didn't even have a bad look on my face after it.
Cool. Hey, Adam, can you turn up your mic volume just a little bit?
I can not. No, I can't.
Yep. So, anybody else have any beer news or any upcoming beers they're looking forward to hearing about?
Well, Cecil and I last night we were talking with member of the Discord over in Sweden. So we're trying to convince them to Swedish IPAs.
Oh, that'd be awesome if you get some Swedish stuff over. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. Last night we did a recording with a gentleman named Popsicle Thief. That's not his real name, of course. We're always talking pseudonames here, but he lives in Sweden, and the guy stayed up like it was 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
by the
sun
time we
was
got
coming
done.
out.
Yeah, and he was talking about these Swedish IPAs that he had there. And I've really grown into these IPAs. So as soon as he started talking about it, Zyberblood and I jumped right on it. Like, dude, we will send you money. We will send you droves of money. Send us Swedish IPAs. I have to try that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I
I'm
kind
willing to bet
of got a little excited over it. Like, oh, hey, yeah, let's jump on this.
Well, the cool part of the story too was that he was saying 10 or so years ago, there wasn't a brewery whatsoever in Sweden near where he was. And all of a sudden, in the past 10 years, he said like 3 or 4 of them have popped up.
Yeah, it seems to be like the thing now. It's not just like over here, that whole brewery infusion rush kind of thing. It's actually global.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, yeah, that's. I'm willing to take a trip over there. Let's all go see some breweries in Sweden. Field trip. Well, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I'll have to have them send some over, and we'll have to review those.
Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to be hopping the pond in December. If I could sneak away for a day, I might just try to bail out over there, pick them up from them there, and then come back.
Hey.
What about
Right, let me know. I'll give you some funds towards the import cost.
Yeah. Hey Adam, what about you? There's probably some nice breweries around you.
Yeah, I don't really drink so much.
Yeah. Not sure if you just heard of any good ones that we might want to check out near Denver, Colorado.
There's a lot of weed out here. It's pretty good. I can talk about that all day. But it's I don't know, like alcohol and like beer and stuff. I'm not a connoisseur of. I don't really know.
Yeah. That's probably pretty rough on your system too.
Yeah, I mean, getting drunk is fun though.
Yeah.
Really like the only reason I would ever do. But yeah, like actually last night I went out with some friends. We had some drinks, and then we went and we had this there was like a taco, like street taco vendor. Yeah, it was delicious. But holy fuck, I wanted to die like all day. Like that. It's good.
Oh God!
Rough, man.
I actually just had one of those taco experiences, only I didn't eat tacos. I actually think I drank a Corona, and it just had the exact same effect.
Taco juice.
That's awesome.
Right, great.
So now I think we'll go into some games. Basically, this is for everybody here. What game, either video game, board game, tabletop, really got you into gaming, or really define the genre you prefer? Like, is there a certain game that just really caught you that, helped make you a gamer, or at least the gamer you are today, if you're a gamer?
Does anybody want to tackle that? Sure. Questions. Oh,
Is that still there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll go first.
All right, let's have Adam go first.
So I remember exactly the moment that I decided video games amazing to me was on the Super Nintendo. I think we rented that game, Illusion of Gaia, and it was amazing. Like, I mean, never had I seen something so simple put forth in that artistic realm that really made me feel for the characters involved with the story. And ever since that game, I've just been like, holy shit. Like, to me, video games are art. It's not, that's basically what it is. And the more immersive the experience, the better. So that really, that game just kind of like.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah, that game just kind of got.
Okay.
After that, it was like, Secret of Mana and like all this other stuff. And I just like, I'm not particular to like any one genre. I just like, if the game is good, if the experience is good, I'll play. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not picky when it comes to that. I don't prefer any one kind of style. But yeah, that was like the turning point for me. Because like before that, it was like Pitfall and shit. And I was like, all right, whatever.
The entire shit we had.
But yeah, that game in particular, it just blew me away. I loved it.
Cecil, what about you?
Holy crap! We got a few hours, right?
Yeah.
Man, the games or game that brought me into gaming in general, it's super tough, but I'd probably have to say it was an old basic game called Battle at Midway. As a kid, I always played the Candylands, the Monopolies, and they were fun, but I wouldn't say they really entered me into gaming per se. You played them to kill time. But there was this game that, and I think I played it at my uncle's house in Yonkers. He had it on this old, God, at the time it was top of the line, but it was this old machine that ran BASIC, and it was a game called Battle at Midway. And if you guys, I'm sure you guys have heard of the Battle at Midway.
Yeah,
it was a turning point. But the game itself was super simplistic. You had a bunch of different stats of how many aircrafts that you had on your different aircraft carriers, and you had little plot points to see where your ships were, and you could do a certain number of things per turn. It was all turn-based, but I played the hell out of that game, and I never beat it. I never actually won. I never survived. Every time my ships always sank. But granted, I think I was 5 years old or 6 years old at the time, so it's not like I was a veteran or something at video gaming at the time. But I would say it would be that led next into a game called Gato. Gato class submarines. If you know Gato, if you're familiar with the term, the Gato class submarine was an old diesel sub, and the game Gato was an old DOS game that you literally played. It was horribly pixelated. It looked like Nintendo graphics at the time. Is probably the best way to describe it. But you had very simplistic torpedo trajectories that you did, and it was basically just a submarine simulation game. So I would probably say that those two brought me into gaming, video games wise, and then what really cemented it was actually a game called Middle Earth Role Playing by I think it was Iron Crown Company or Corporation. It was back before any of the Lord of the Rings movies. The books were out, of course, because they've been out forever. I'm not that old. But Middle Earth Role Playing, there was a gentleman named Mark Lorenzo who was the game master. And there was a guy named Jay Crash who we had one session, a singular session. That was it. And it consisted of us showing up at a town, looking at a bounty board, and then traveling to another town. And we didn't do anything else. Like, that was the entirety of it. We made our characters, and then we did that little tidbit. And that right there, that one gaming session of a tabletop game just unlocked me into the world of RPGs completely. Then it was Final Fantasy, Dragon Warrior, and on through up the ages. Illusion of Gaia, Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger. I stuck right into that RPG vein very, very hard for quite some time because they were a game that hours spent in the game versus money spent on the game, you got more bang for your buck. I mean, Chrono Trigger, I honestly can't say that I spent less than 100 hours in that game because I was trying to get every fucking ending you possibly could.
Yeah, I worked forever to get to the end of that game, just with everybody still.
Yeah, Illusion of Gaia. I can only think of another game that wasn't an RPG that I spent that much time in, and it was a game called Evo. Did you guys ever play that?
Yeah, I remember.
I remember getting stuff. I never played it.
Yeah, it was a super simple game. And the only reason I played it so much is because I'd get all the way to the end and finally evolve to a human being. And then I couldn't get past the human being level, so I'd get all pissed. I'd throw it out. And then I'd start over because either the battery would die, I'd have to replace the battery, or the save file for the ROM was gone, so I'd have to restart it there. So I replayed that game I no less than, I mean, it's probably been at least once a year because I was just playing it about actually, what's today? Today's Saturday. I was just playing it today. I was just playing it this morning after the friggin' after the damn podcast. I played Destiny, got into a fight with some social justice warrior, and then started playing Evo on my computer. So it was fucking today.
Social justice warriors, not.
What I don't understand is like how I don't want to derail this, but like social justice warriors, because I've gotten into fights with them too. It'll be about like stupid things, whatever. And I never understand because they'll literally like fight tooth and nail for what they believe in, but they'll never once accept the possibility of being wrong. And that's something that I feel like that's intellectual dishonesty.
I get into trouble with them because I try to just once I know that they're social justice warrior and they're like all fighting into their little thing and they're fighting for, I guess, the little guy they're trying to, I will say some dumb shit to just get them going.
Well, I respect some of the opinions. I see where they're coming from. But
some of them, yeah.
But like, if your first instinct to do what you think is right is to go out and yell about it, then like you might as well just stay home and shut the fuck up because nobody's gonna want to hear it. Like that's just the way it is, man. And like that's one of my biggest problems is people have this tendency to talk past them. And like we have to learn to actually have a conversation if we want to actually resolve it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like systemic racism, right? Like you could scream about it all day. Like all of us, I think, are pretty aware that it exists to some degree. But like screaming about it isn't going to change. You know what I mean? Like I just don't understand what they're. I mean, I get maybe they're like at the they're like on their last leg or last limb or something like that. And they don't know what else to do, and so they just do that. I don't know, but that's what the way it seems to me. It's like, oh, we can protest, so let's do that. It's like, all right, good. Like, you can protest all you want. It's like fucking change.
Well, it's like the conversation I had with my wife earlier today. We were watching a movie. I think it was called Brooklyn Bakery or Bakery in Brooklyn or something. And it was just something randomly we found on Hulu. And it was like, oh, let's just fucking turn this on. This looks good. Let's do that. So we turned it on, and immediately it's a story about, you know, two sisters or whatever, and their aunt dies. So they inherit a bakery, and one of them was going to go to Europe, and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, it's like it's two girls, one bakery, basically what it turned out to be. But like the one character in the story was just an absolute cunt. I mean, that's the only way I can describe her. She was mean, vindictive, childish. She was just a cunt. And I'm sitting there, and I'm watching the whole movie, and I tried to get through the whole thing, but I couldn't, because this character literally put me off so much. And I started looking at it. I really started analyzing it for a while, and I'm sitting there going, well, there's a better way to handle that situation than acting like that. I mean, how could you have gotten this far in life to, you know, be on I think the character was like on a television show, and then was part owner in this bakery. And I was trying to, and it just, I can suspend my disbelief enough, but it's when I'm watching, I was like, how did this person physically get into this situation acting like that? And then again, I look around me and I see people blockading off freeways. And I say, well, how the hell did they make it through this much of their life, and they're doing shit like that?
I call them speed bumps.
Speaking of blocking off freeways, just a few moments ago, I saw a guy turn and then drive up onto the sidewalk to do a U-turn.
Fuck your sidewalks.
We exist in a particularly curious time. I think we, like right now, we're seeing the beginning stages of a society that does not remember why freedom is important. And so, like, we're seeing a bunch of people that are basically just like, oh, it should be this way because I say so. And it's like, well, yeah, but that's just as violent a reaction as, like, the opposing. You know, like, if you want things to be the way, like, no one person's perspective on freedom is accurate. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be a group effort. Otherwise, you'll wind up with situations where it's like, oh, I'll make abortion illegal. And it's like, well, how free is that? It's not. So maybe we shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, and whereas people will feel very righteous in their defense of that, and that's, I think, what is getting in the way, is people don't remember, or at least they've forgotten that having the freedom to do something doesn't mean you personally have to fucking do it. And that's, I don't know, it's annoying at some point. I can understand the arguments against it, like it shouldn't be government funded or whatever, because that means that they're at least complicit in paying for it in some manner. I understand that, but it's like, a lot of the things, it's just it's like the argument isn't even the argument anymore, right? It's who feels more righteous. I think that's what it basically boils down to. Whoever can feel like they're the better people when they're arguing, then it's like, I'm never backing down because you're a piece of shit. You know, like, it's so mundane.
It's all about the douche versus the turd sandwich.
Well, we live in an age, though, where everybody, like, if you go back even 20 years, the availability of information just wasn't there. You had to go look for it. Now people can get a hold of so much information so quickly, and that information is powerful.
And the downside to that is also just as quick as misinformation.
Well, that's the thing. You get information and you feel empowered by having that information. I mean, like, case in point, I think I was hanging out playing Destiny PvP last night, and somebody had somebody had messaged me, "Wow, you really suck," and I'm like, "Okay, you feel better?" And they're like, "Whatever, dude. I'm drunk and I'm playing a game. What the hell?" So this person actually went out of their way to look up my profile on Bungie.net so that they could have, basically this one-sided argument. And I'm playing and I'm trying to type back to this person, and I'm literally typing and playing and not even really caring what I'm typing. And he starts picking apart, I spelled my instead of by, something like that. And I start laughing hysterically. And as I'm playing, everybody else around me is like, what's going on? I'm like, dude, I'm getting in this fight with this person, and I don't even know like what I'm fighting about. I honestly I don't even think I'm fighting. I'm laughing, and this guy's fighting. And I mean this guy's going to a lot of trouble to get that information that's just so easily grabbed. And you get empowered by that information. And people, unfortunately, they can get that misinformation too. And it's so easy to just change the channel of where that information's going from, you're going down the right path to the wrong path. I mean, you can take any argument, literally any argument. There's not a single argument that you can't do this with. You can take any argument and skew all of the facts to make it one-sided, one way or the other.
Yeah.
Just by simply leaking
like
information.
Yeah, it'd be like what we were just talking about. Like I said, the guy that's the game that really made me realize I love video games kind of thing. It'd be like the similar thing if you were to like go, you know what I mean? Like it's exactly like how the fuck it's just so stupid because people choose perspective over what is, I think, legitimate information or at least verifiable. And people get it's I wish I could remember the term for it. If there's an actual term for it, because part of your memory is actually kind of linked. And when people feel a certain way about some piece of information they, since come to accept, it's when that information gets threatened, their amygdala actually activates, and it's as though they're being like that's how it feels in their brain. It's like they're being physically attacked. The amygdala responds by going on like full defensive. And that's why some people just they cannot fucking see that they're being yaks or whatever in the midst of the conversation. But that goes for everybody. Not
something's wrong with your amygdala. Oh my god!
The same effect happens in every person's brain. It's just whether or not you're willing to
quiet the.
Well, it's whether or not you're willing to observe that in your own mind and kind of it's really just I guess explore your own brain in those effects. But yeah, it's a very, very confusing this age that we live in right now, the misinformation, because I think a lot of people are misinformed about a lot of things. Though I don't think that that's necessarily their fault. They didn't go out searching for information. They thought they were finding solid information. So it's a confusing mess. But we have some Viber there. To see what game he wants, or he really likes, or rather that made him realize he was a game. So I know that I kind of derailed that.
I wouldn't exactly call that a derailing. I would actually call that somewhere around hijacking with nuclear weapons.
Derail. So Zyber, what about you? What game got you into? What game got you into the game that really defined what genre you like?
Well, I first started playing, and the first two games I played were Pitfall and Burger Time.
Burger Time. There's a game I haven't played since an arcade.
Re-released on the NES as well.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. And then when the NES came out, like a year and a half after I started up on Atari, I didn't really care all that much for the Mario Brothers stuff. But once Kid Icarus came out, now it's on.
Yeah, I was gonna say about
after that,
fuck you, Eggplant.
After that, it was Faxanadu and Castlevania.
Oh yeah.
And it started to go the route of platforming games. And then Final Fantasy came out, and I got hooked on the JRPG thing, and it's been that ever since.
I think the ability to save your progress, I think, is what made RPGs so special. Like,
yeah, you can actually save it.
Yeah, because like other Ninja games or whatever, I think we all played that.
Yeah.
We played
Ninja Gaiden games were insanely grueling because if you lost the game like at any point and you're like, I'm not going to continue, well, next time you played it, you had to play from the very beginning again.
Yeah, but the fun part about
That's great. That's great. That'd be great with RPGs.
Exactly the same though. So even if you had to play it from the beginning, you already mastered that level. So it's not that hard to grab back on that muscle memory and get through it. Now,
Can you imagine?
Take a game like Jurassic Park for the Super Nintendo
Oh,
that had
God.
no ability to save and had like friggin' 100 of these damn eggs hidden all over the place. That half the time you didn't know where the hell you found that last one to begin with.
I seriously think the Genesis version of that game was made so much easier than the NES version.
Oh yeah, because the Genesis version was a side scroller. It was more of an action game versus. I mean, the Jurassic Park for Super Nintendo was a top down with a first person style edition, which was cool. But it was funny because if you and I'm derailing here again, but if you read the booklet that came with the game Jurassic Park, it tells you about all these things that you can do with like the towers and shit like that, the motion sensors and all that stuff. It tells you about all this shit that you can do with it, and you can communicate out to these people by doing all these weird things, but you can't. You literally can't. Like, it talks about this there's this one thing where it says, hey, the camera will be on and you can see behind you, so if there's a dinosaur attacking you. But everywhere you were, there was never a camera on behind you, so if a dinosaur was attacking you, you were fucked. Like, you just would come out of the console and be like, all right, let's go turn around and see a velociraptor. Shit.
Trolling 90s, 80s style, bitch.
Exactly.
Man, it's like can you imagine an RPG? It's like you need 80 hours to complete this. No save. Fuck your life. Like, son of a bitch.
Right, and that's where a lot of people with games like that didn't really have a save spot, where they'd just be like, all right, I hope nothing goes wrong with this. Put some on, leave the game paused, come back to it after I go eat dinner or go to school or whatever. And the freaking lights flash, and you're like, oh my God. What the fuck? No. This can't be happening.
The most miserable fucking things were back then was those damn, like, if you wanted to kind of sort of like not really save, but if you wanted to go start back where you had off and everything else, you got those codes at the end so you could put in the code.
Yep.
And you had to put in those long ass complex codes. You write down one fucking character wrong and this shit don't work.
Yeah, all of a sudden Samus Aran is running around naked and you're like, what the fuck? This is what I wanted. I just wanted my ice beam back.
Right? And it's always one of those times where it's like really late at night and you're trying to get past this one part before you go to bed, and it's 4 in the morning. You have to wake up at 6 to go to school. It's dark out because it's the middle of January and it's not light at that time yet, and your eyes hurt and you can never really find a pencil, so you find anything that you can. And it's usually like a fat-headed marker or something, and you're trying to nimbly use the corner like a ballpoint to write out the code. And then when you wake up in the morning, get ready to go to school, and you do all that, come back home, go to punch in that code.
It's nothing but gibberish.
It's like, what the fuck? I understand some of this, but...
Fucking hated those codes.
Yeah, but 7.
But that's
that
the
a 0 or an O?
That's the thing that the youth of today will never have to worry about. They're never going to have to worry about sitting there going, oh my God, there's a thunderstorm outside. The power's about to go out. I need to write this down. I don't have time to run downstairs and grab a pen. I have this knife next to me. I'll write it on the wall in blood. It'll be fine. Next thing you know, you got your parents showing up going, hey, is there something you want to tell us? You wrote some really weird characters on the wall there. Are you worshiping Satan? No, I'm worshiping Samus. Who's that? It's the damn game you bought me, along with Rambo.
So, Mega Man, the original Mega Mans were the
Mega Man.
worst.
Oh,
They were so difficult.
I hated those disappearing platforms you had a time. Fucking
Oh my God!
Yeah, but
I don't even want to think about those.
they were
Oh.
so difficult, but they were so friggin' fun for the time because
Rewarding.
they were a platformer that you get over, you start taking out this, and when you figure out, holy shit, I can use this wind gun against that ice dude and it does more damage. Holy shit! Then you really start figuring it out. And you start talking to your friends about it. That was gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing that. Like I would get it until I could get I could be boss and everything. But now I'll go back and play. A buddy of mine's got a Wii, and I'll play like some old Mega Man on it, and like it'll be like first.
He is so
all I do
underloved.
is drop in a pit. Is that what?
I think you said the Wii is so underloved.
Yeah, or the
so it's not though. Like
Castlevania.
yeah, like the Wii. I think the Wii was a great system when it was first.
There's just way too many people that I talk to that are gamers that have such a for the Wii because they keep on saying, "Oh, well, the third-party game scene kind of fucked them in the ass and made them suck it afterwards, and it leaves a bad taste."
Yeah, the big thing with the Wii though is that they came out with so many shitty games for the Wii.
Shovelware. It was the shovelware was what it was.
There was so much of it out there that was either the same game with just a different skin, or just was a genuinely not fun game. It was a genuinely sucky game.
Right,
but
they tried to do the
they made it work.
license thing, and it kind of backfired a little. But there's still a lot of A and B titles that are good.
Yeah,
they're really.
That's what was fun. There was a lot of good games, but it hoarded itself out like a Russian prostitute, dude.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like if when it worked, it was glorious. You know what I mean? Like it was so much fun. But it was just that there was just so much shit you had to sift through just to get to the titles that were the ones you want to be, that it just became, it was like a Pyrrhic victory every time you found one. You're like, great, this is an amazing game, but I had to go through 20 others that were fucking garbage and probably, gave me a brain aneurysm that's growing slowly now. And like,
so I got to say,
like that,
there's
that's why I
one
think
shovelware game that I really enjoy. The freaking chicken shoot. It's actually pretty fun.
Chicken shoot?
It's
is
really
it like
fun.
Duck Hunt or some shit?
It's kind of like Duck Hunt, but you also have like the gallery shooting kind of thing where you have like little targets coming by and behind it, and you have to hit the chickens instead of like the targets.
Okay, because that makes sense.
I like the rabbits game. That was kind of
just like every fair I've ever been to, right?
Well, I think in all the games that we're describing here, I think you guys are kind of skirting around the actual truth here. The Wii did great, but when they kept it simple. I mean, think of Wii Bowling. Yeah. Wii Bowling is the simplest fucking game that you can think of. And it's the best game. Christ, it's the best motion capture or motion based game that I can think I've ever played, because
probably 30% of Wii owners only had that Wii Sports.
Well, I can remember I have probably 100 or so Wii games over in the front room, and I can tell you I've beaten 2 of them.
Nice.
That's how many I've beaten. But I probably have logged more hours into Wii Bowling than I have in a Destiny.
Right? Yeah, Wii Bowling is a lot of fun, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like when it worked well, it was brilliant. It just felt great. It felt natural.
I still remember
do way too many things with it. Yeah.
Yeah, when they tried to overcomplicate it.
I still remember the Wii Golf on the Wii Sports. When freaking Adam just decided to swing the controller as hard as he could, and it actually made it in because it hit the pole and went straight in. Like glitched out and he made it.
But when they kept it simple, it was so amazing. Like Boom Blocks. Boom Blocks was a very simple game.
I have 2 copies of that.
But it was simple, completely simple in its like theory, in its mechanics. It was so simple and so easy to pick up, but it was complex in how they made it all work. Kind of like a Rubik's Cube. A Rubik's Cube is really fucking simple when you look at it, but when you actually try to figure it out, it's like, holy shit, this is difficult.
Right. It's easier if there's like I won't go into that. Fuck it. There's a pattern to a Rubik's Cube. Once you figure it out, you can solve it pretty much every time.
I just don't know the pattern.
Yeah, the Wii is now the reason I really like the Wii is because of Nintendo's online store. Basically, all those fucking old games. It's just a massive collection of video games, and of course, it's pretty much aimed directly at our demographic. Like the people who grew up playing video games are gonna fucking love this. It's almost like an unfair portion of the market Nintendo can bank on because of their old ass games and all their franchises. But like
You know you want
I
to
don't
buy
think-
Mario for the 5th time? Okay.
It would almost be smart of Nintendo to make that online store of theirs like cross-platform with
Exactly.
all
That's
right.
something that I fucking hated. And
Right.
I would like the systems to be open for the frickin' store also, because you can't link all your systems to the same thing because you can't have more than one
Your
Wii,
games, your purchases should follow the
DS.
account like every other company.
Right.
Exactly.
But even still, I mean, like they should sell like all their old, if you go back to like Super Nintendo and back basically, or even the N64 and back, they should literally just sell those games to like the PlayStation Network and the Xbox Live, because all it would do is increase Nintendo's revenue. And if they did
margin.
right, and so if they did that, then they could just pour that revenue of theirs into actually formulating some new kinds of systems and or building off the technology that was the Wii to bring about that next wave of motion.
Actually,
motion
the Switch is
capture
actually a lot of
gaming or
fun.
whatever.
The Switch is actually a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
I've not personally experienced it, so I'm not sure.
I've got it. It's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've
think
heard
they
that
did
a
do
lot of
good.
people really like it for traveling purposes and whatnot. They say it makes commutes really, really easy and everything.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's what they were gunning for. And I saw that, I was like, it's basically just a new Nintendo Game Boy, really. But which
Game Boy
is
on
still,
steroids.
but it's still brilliant to me. Like I love
Yeah.
I love Game Boy. I love all like handheld gaming. Everything about
Yeah.
it is I even had a what the hell was it? A PSP way back in the day.
I think I still have my PSP. I have all my emulated games on it, but yeah,
I've got
I
4
still
of
have my
them.
PSP.
I've got 4 of them.
The Vita was another piece of really underrated technology. I wish they would have. Wish they really would have dug into
We've
that.
got
a
3
little
of
bit.
them. We've got 3 of them.
Well, no, I mean the
I'm such a Sony whore.
Vita, the Vita and the Vita TV. I mean, they had a really great idea with that, and they just kind of left it by the wayside. I mean,
Well,
I can't tell you the amount of times I used my Vita just simply for remote play to my PS4.
yeah,
You know, I'm sitting there playing. My wife comes in, and she's like, "Hey,
TV
I want to watch a
there.
movie or something." And you're like, "Okay, hold on." You flip on the Vita, and now you're playing it on your Vita, and she's watching a movie on the TV, and you're still in the same
Yeah.
room.
That's brilliant.
I
Yeah,
like that. I like the
brilliant.
option they did with that on the Wii U, where you had the screen controller, which is basically now the Switch, where
Yeah.
you can just go into another room and play it.
Yeah. I think that the reason why I'm not really sold on the Switch is because I don't see what's innovative about it. I just don't.
Oh, I love that he didn't mute himself.
I hate to
be that guy. Like it's that doesn't mean it's not a good idea and it's not executed well. I just don't see it having much of a life. Like I don't see it being a long living console. In my opinion, I don't see how people won't tire of it. And that's not to say that there won't be amazing games and it'll be basically as successful as every console before it. But like I'm really intrigued by virtual reality. I want to see where augmented reality goes. And so far,
Our buddy Blue Shark posted something last night about virtual reality that's kind of disturbing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Virtual reality sex machine.
All right. Well, that's going to happen.
No,
I'm sorry,
it's
but that's
happening.
just
There's actual pictures of the machine that people are putting themselves into. Got this.
they're
huge
already doing it.
Yeah, it's got this huge
It's like
cock
a
device that they
rip
put
your
on
dick
you.
off.
That's man. The porn industry just it infects everything. Not to say it in that kind of.
I think
It
two
just does,
things that
man.
drive technology, like really drive technology: war and porn. Those are 2 things that can really drive it.
Yeah, well, like war gives us the technology, but like
Porn refines it.
yeah, porn just like makes the best use of it possible, and then like that's what drives capitalism forward, basically. Is what it is.
Yeah. The porn industry looks at this and says, "Hey, we can use this to kill somebody or get them off. What should we do? Let's get them off. That seems like we can keep that going. We can only kill them once."
We'll get
Nuclear powered
Like
dildo vibrator.
absolutely that suit I could actually see that suit being some kind of torture device as well as a pleasure device. I mean, it'd only take a dry dock it once, and you'd regret it.
Oh yeah, the amount of chafing would be astronomical.
I don't even know what you're talking about, so I'm having trouble just trying to imagine whatever the fuck this is. But it sounds disturbing as fuck. I just don't even know.
Yeah. Well, it's a suit that you put on, and it has like a thing that sits on your
it's a
chest
whole
with pairs of
fucking
tits.
It's a whole
It's
and
an
then
immersive
there's-
experience. It's an immersive experience.
Who the fuck is gonna want to put on a whole
Yeah.
suit? I don't I know you don't mean like tie and shit, you know, but like it's just so
You've got people
ridiculous.
that put on fucking animal costumes.
Oh,
Yourself.
fair enough.
This thing looked like a very complex wetsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Well, I mean, that's just what's happening now, and we have to
Man,
learn to
for that
accept.
much effort, I'd hate to be a Minuteman.
check the chat.
That's what I'm
Well, yeah,
saying.
I mean, you'd put on all that gear and you'd be like, "Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great." 30 seconds later, anybody got a wet nap?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because I imagine it's probably designed to be rather efficient. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like you got to take like an hour to put this fucking thing on, and then you're just like, well, all right, what am I doing? You're probably just, you know what it is? I bet it's
and
probably
for,
hard
like,
to put
like-
on, but it's easier to pull off because you can just use your tears as lubrication.
Yeah,
Crying.
that or people
Again,
would just never take it off. You just show up at their house and you'd be like, "Hey, what's that suit
Right.
you're wearing?" Oh no, just in case I get in the mood. Okay.
It's like, we don't talk about that.
I just posted
moving
in
on.
the chat if you guys if you desperately wanted to see what the hell we were talking about.
Oh, is it on YouTube? I don't know that I've
No. If it's on the Google Hangouts chat, so where you just kicked in to get into this voice call. If you look there,
Yeah, no, I went there. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my computer, but trust me, it's my side. It's probably not yours.
I like how you threw that probably in there. I'm really glad that you did that because I was starting to think really good about my computer. Like, man, my fucking computer's great. That probably brought me right back down to earth. Really did.
Oh no, I mean, I really expect it's mine. 'Cause my computer's kind of fucking old.
I'm fucking with you.
So-
I'm fucking
I
with you.
know
I'm busting your
I'm just
ball.
saying, I'm just
Well,
saying,
I don't know.
the versions of everything.
I'm using a cell phone right now, so
That's probably still newer than his computer, is what I'm gathering.
Yeah. That cell phone has got more computing power than my computer, probably. But it's doing its job. But yeah, I see the group chat. I mean, I've got it open. There's just nothing in it. Like, I imagine it's just something that I have to live with now. Oh yeah, so you were talking about.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. I got it. There's a different chat here. Son of a bitch.
Oh, was it you?
No, I put in the other chat. Hang on. In the conversation that we had going. Hold on. Nah.
Oh,
If I've got to be tortured, I got to subject each one of you to this torture as well.
right. Oh yeah, so you were saying
There you go.
Platformers. Yes, I see it now. Platformers and everything were like the shit at one point, and then you got into.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think every game kind of genre has its time. I mean, like real-time strategies were huge back in the early 90s.
It's got like a hammer that like punches him in the crotch.
I'm putting that in our live chat on YouTube. Everybody gets stressed against me for that one.
Do you see the little like? Obviously, there's like a hole in it, so you're supposed to like fuck the thing, but like, because it's like just a commercial for it. They can't be graphic, I guess. So it's just like punching him in the crotch
Yeah.
the whole time.
that's what I
Take a look at the
say.
calendars or whatever.
It'd be absolute torture.
And now you are permanently scarred, just like I am. You're welcome.
Right? You can thank Blue Shark 45. You can catch him on Twitch.
I will do no such thing. That is not information I needed to be shown.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, but now
yeah, so-
when you're sitting there and you're feeling alone and you're like, geez, I really wish there was a virtuality sex machine. You'd be like, oh, wait a minute. I got a link for that.
A machine that will utilize any clip that you can throw in.
Lawnmower Man gets bored.
Does it come with a noose, or do you just have to hang yourself after by your own accord? Is that
No, I think it's.
I'm sure there's a cord. There's a power cord that you can use to hang yourself.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Just like a real woman, though. I don't think it comes at all. It just pretends.
Right. Familiar.
Yeah,
this conversation degraded quickly.
Yeah, it snowballed.
I mean, once you start introducing porn into the conversation, it's you could want to talk about beer and video games all you want. We're down in the gutter.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, we're still technically in the realm of video games. It is VR.
True.
I suppose it could be like Mario, brother. I mean, it punches you in the dick every time he hops.
That first fucking Goomba.
And now you realize somebody out there is going to get this thing and then program it to play Mario on, and then there's going to be that out there.
Dude, every stroke is a jump. Like every pump is a jump.
Mario.
You just got that noise.
No.
Literally fucking play Mario.
Every
The
time
water
you land.
world would be really interesting.
When you finally finish, will it like do the fireworks? Too quick and you get the Mario dying.
That's why I think it just punches you in the crotch every time you fall in a pit or something.
Yeah, Steven Seagal's face pops up on the screen and goes, cock punch.
That was disturbing.
Remember, there was a time when we were young that Steven Seagal was like the shit. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, that's before he was like fat.
He was like the white Bruce Lee. Everybody was like, oh yeah, Steven Seagal is amazing. You know, it's just like, what is going on?
Well, that's the best part about being young and dumb.
Card. Yeah, but it was a fucking blade in the credit card. Like even in the movie, there is a switchblade that like comes out of the side of the credit card when he does it. And they're just like, yeah, he cut somebody's throat with a credit card or whatever. It's like, no, he didn't. It was a fucking like knife the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, in real martial arts, you can cut somebody open with a credit card, but yeah, the Steven Seagal movie, he cheated.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it wasn't like mysticism or like ancient Chinese secret. Like this dude literally just stuck the razor next to his. Yeah. Like
we invented it 30 years ago. Very ancient.
Ancient Chinese art of credit cards.
Yours for $39.99. You get two.
Yeah. It is.
Noted.
The greedy kung fu master.
But I'm just saying that was our generation that we produced that.
Yeah. Well, between
Seagal
and Van Damme, come on now.
Also, Power Rangers. We probably
hey! Don't you be dissing on my boy Tommy.
I'm just saying we should probably be apologizing to large amounts of people for things we caused.
If we're going to start listing what we have to apologize for, we do not have enough time on this podcast.
I think one of the Power Rangers is the real deal.
If you
really
want
Power Rangers is one of the real deal. He actually has gone to jail for so many years because he actually ran his roommate through with a sword. One of the Power Rangers is now in jail because it's a nutcase.
Yeah, but that's kind of to be expected. I'm actually kind of upset that more of them didn't become that. Because once you're a Power Ranger, like where the fuck do you go from there?
It's probably a prostitute.
He said what? He's probably a what? You know what it is? It's the suits. They're wearing those VR suits. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's
they go punch to the dick one too many times.
It's fucking with them. They can't take it anymore, and they just go crazy every time.
Speaking of Power Rangers, just random question. Did you guys see the it was a fan-made like trailer for Power Rangers? Did you see that where it was like it was actually really it was dark. It was dark. It was great, but it was really fucking dark.
Look
People
at
like
the. I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, it had the chick from what the hell was her name? She was in Battlestar Galactica as Starbuck. Oh Christ! What was that
The
guy's
blonde
name
one,
too?
or-
Yeah, the blonde one. She played Starbuck.
All right.
Yeah.
She was in that Riddick movie as one of the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
She
I still
was.
love Pitch Black. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Pitch Black was a shit.
I still love
Yeah,
that.
but this was the chick that was in the Riddick, the movie named Riddick,
Yeah.
not that they.
Yeah, no, I know who you're
tried to
talking
redo
about.
Riddick. Yeah, but it was super dark, and it had all the old Power Rangers costumes and shit in it.
Yeah.
But it was really fucking dark. It reminded me of that. What the fuck was that? Mortal Kombat.
Oh
Was it
yeah, the
YouTube?
fan-made Mortal Kombat thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and they turned it
With
into a
Johnny
YouTube
Cage and
series.
shit.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
turned it into a YouTube series. But the original trailer for that was like a Mortal Kombat noir. So it
Yeah.
was all the Mortal Kombat characters, but it was in like this noir setting, and there wasn't any mysticism about it whatsoever. Like Baraka
Right.
was this dude that was just into self-mutilation. He just kept piercing his skin with shit.
He just like surgically inserted like blades into his arm and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Did you guys all catch that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I saw that
yeah.
Dope.
Dude,
That
I
was like
watched
one of
that.
those things I saw where I was like, I hope they make this a fucking movie. Like this actually looks cool. Like, oh, watch that shit.
Right.
Dude, when they
A lot of
put it
fan
on,
stuff
I was
looks better
super
than an
excited.
actual movie.
When they said that they were coming out with it, when I saw that they were coming out with, I think it was a YouTube series or some shit like that on it, and I saw that they were
Yeah.
coming out with it, I was like, oh my god, this is what I wanted to watch. And I saw the first episode, and I went, oh my god, they fucked this up.
Yeah, it looked really good, and it's like, oh,
That's unfortunate. I didn't know that they even made episodes and shit to it.
Yeah, there was like
That's-
it was like 2 seasons or some shit like that of these little
Yeah,
like little one-off episodes.
basically
They got the promo for it.
They
Exactly.
gave you a
right.
Woody with the
Yeah.
promo, and then punched you in the dick.
Yeah, it's like going to Thailand, and you're all getting hard because you're seeing this chick, and then she opens up their friggin' robe, and you're like, oh, you're not a chick.
Oh, the lady boys.
Yeah.
But then you-
Yeah. All of a sudden you're
even harder.
Yeah, then you're sitting there going, well, wow, this boner's a bit awkward now. I got to do something.
Right.
Right. You're like, well, not gonna
Just
take
pull
care
a
of itself.
Kerrigan, man.
Put me in that suit. You're
Yeah, punch me in the cock with that VR suit.
Your next option is to pull a Kerrigan.
Oh yeah, in the friggin' wrapping the pantyhose
Stuff,
around your
right.
neck in the the fucking closet. Yeah, who else? Christ, there's been a lot of. I'm just trying to think back. There's been a lot of suicides.
David Carradine.
Yeah, David Carradine. There's been a
Yeah.
lot of suicides lately. In the
They ruled the suicide of the former lead singer of
Chris Cornell, of Audio
Cornell.
Slave.
yeah,
Audio
just-
Slave and Soundgarden. That's just shitty.
Well,
I mean,
I think of him and Robin Williams, and I just
I have my
No.
doubts about Robin Williams being a suicide.
I
Although
don't.
I do not-
actually
I do
I read up on the medical like on the medical stuff that got released, and Robin Williams had some. He was going to suffer. I mean, I think it was
undoubtedly.
basically he decided. If
I don't
honestly,
think-
if the doctor said, okay, you have what Robin Williams had, I'd right now. I mean, it was awful.
Right. So, but what I mean is, I don't think that he wasn't depressed or he didn't have significant issues. I think early onset's Parkinson's or some shit like that.
He had a
Or some-
really nasty version of Parkinson's and also like
Yeah.
basically were just destroying the mind. So he was actually going
So what
like,
I-
literally
yeah.
memory,
I
losing
don't-
his sanity, and suffering
Right.
from Parkinson's.
Right, all that stuff combined, I could definitely see somebody wanting to just like be like, "Well, fucking, I'm just gonna off myself."
But-
Whatever. I
But
totally
then again, he
respect
may
that.
not even been in his right mind at the time because I mean he had a lot of stuff going on that was part
Right.
of that.
So
affliction.
what I mean is like most of the time when people commit suicide, they do it like quietly, like stuffed away somewhere, like a closet or something. But they're almost always dressed. And they almost always have something like they're wearing some good clothes of theirs or something. So
Kinda
they
go
can
in
be
style, man.
no, so they can be seen as somewhat presentable, even though it's
Yeah.
the less honorable thing to do. The stigma surrounding it anyway. Whatever. Not trying to like argue any of that kind of shit, but the what
I'm
I mean is,
triggered.
like-
We're arguing now. I'm triggered.
right,
I'm
right, right,
triggered.
right, right. This is an argument. No,
Social warrior.
Yeah. So like what I mean is like I think it might. I think it might have had to do with the autoerotic asphyxiation. I think that might have been what Robin Williams was.
Oh my God,
And
Father of the
I don't
Year.
want to say that, but like there.
Dude, Father of the Year. Did you see that movie?
Which one?
Father of the Year. In that movie, Robin Williams plays the father to a kid that hangs himself through erotic asphyxiation.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know the premise of the movie. I haven't seen it personally, but yeah, I mean, it seems so was David Carradine. Like I don't really suspect that was an intentional suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
there was speculation that he was hanged by the Chinese mob.
Yeah, and the problem with it is like when you do it, you don't just cut off the wind to your brain.
You break the neck. Actually, is what really.
Well,
the blood flow. Yeah,
you cut the blood flow off, and the problem with that is it does like even if your lungs are full of air, if you cut the blood flow off to your brain, you're gonna pass out instantly. And if that situation isn't relieved, then your brain is denied oxygen for however long to find you, and so that's why it's dangerous. Like it can. Like you can accidentally kill yourself that way a lot easier than people realize.
Or have brain damage.
Brain
damage if they find you in time.
That's why, kids, if you're going to do autoerotic asphyxiation, make sure you have a partner.
Right.
Always have a spotter. Just like lifting weights.
Yeah. And in that suit, the VR suit, make sure you have a spotter.
Yeah. You're going to hear this tapping. And if you hear the tapping stop for more than 2 minutes, come up. Don't worry about what I look like. Just get the noose off my neck, okay?
You know how she really did. There's a lot of conspiracy theory that Kurt Cobain didn't really do it. I think the fucker sobered up, realized he was allergic. He was married to Courtney Love, and then was like, "Fuck." I would too if I was married to Courtney Love.
I have my own ideas regarding Kurt Cobain.
Same here.
He had Crohn's disease, man. I think that was a legitimate.
All jokes aside, yeah, he was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I think it was legitimate suicide. I think he was in a lot of pain. They didn't have, especially back then, they didn't have the drugs that they have available now. So
they didn't have half the shit. I mean, their relief for that was just to carve you open and start taking out pieces.
I mean, it's still kind of the relief of it today.
Yeah, but there's at least nowadays there's some.
The medications have better, they have better, at least better like longevity even too. Because like when you first back in his time anyway, you got diagnosed with Crohn's, and then it would be like it's because you're like in significant need of like medical attention that they even diagnosed you in the first place. And then right then and there, you probably have to have surgery for the problem to be corrected. And then they maybe put you on some drugs that didn't really do anything. And then so it was just basically like buying your time, really. Which is I think they've just improved the whole buying your time point. Like they can give you a much longer life on better medications, but like ultimately the disease itself is still going to progress. It's still going to eat away or whatever. But yeah, for him, I can't imagine like it. And Courtney, I will say this, Courtney there, she didn't believe him. She didn't believe that he was in pain at all. She just kind of like mocked him for it. So I can see there was got to be a million things.
Courtney was the egger on for him to do shit too, and it's like,
well, I can understand her position, like because
never bit out of the whole deal ever.
I'm not sure what that last bit was. I didn't. It was like cutting in and out.
Glitched.
That was quite possibly him being submerged under a very large something.
But anyways,
slightly denser than normal air.
Yeah. Let's see, Dr. Zen, do you have Crohn's or did you put the VR suit on backwards?
It's Crohn's.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just thinking, what if you accidentally? Well, I mean, I guess it could work out depending on your predisposition, but you put that VR suit on backwards. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm just sitting here thinking about that. I was just like, holy shit. Well, really, holy shit. I mean,
yeah, right. No, I think if that happened, it would just be a mess for anybody involved, and nobody would want to deal with that. I think that's what would wind up happening.
Yeah, that would be one of those. That would be one of those used pieces of equipment that you don't want to buy, no matter how much they said they cleaned it. You don't want to buy it,
no matter how much bleach it's in. It's just it's a guy. It's just a lot.
Doesn't matter if it's only a couple bucks at the church yard sale. You don't want to get that.
You launch that shit into space. It is
Being
worse
at a
than
church
launch-
yard sale.
Yeah, aim at the sun.
Mother O'Malley, what did you do with this thing?
That or stuff it into a time capsule and let somebody deal with it 100 years from now.
Oh, don't forget to put a teddy bear in with it.
Hey, we found this from 100 years ago. What was wrong with that generation?
It'd almost be worth it to just like get a vault somewhere and just stuff it full of the most useless shit from our time in hopes that like some civil now fucking opens it and like stuff. These people like weird stuff, man. Sometimes I feel like that's what this did to us. Full of shit in all their tombs. Like, watch them try to figure this out.
I mean, that was one of the cool things. I was actually looking up. I was looking up sunken cities because if you guys ever looked up any of those things, like the city of Cleopatra and shit like that.
Yeah, the stuff. There's actually a bunch of them outside the coast of India from when the sea level was a lot lower.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, there's cities in the Mediterranean where they literally just have fallen off the side and just sunk themselves. Yeah. And they're so fucking cool. The people that are excavating this shit and they're finding all these different artifacts. And I just thought, I forget somebody found one thing. I forget what the hell it was. And they started going on this whole, I mean, it was probably a 500 or 800 word essay about what they thought this thing was. And inevitably they just said at the end of it that they really don't know what it was for. I just can imagine somebody just exactly like we just described, just like you just said, Adam, somebody sitting back there going, I'm going to leave this here.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to find it 100 years from now. And they're going to spend so much time trying to figure out if I actually put this thing in my ass or not. They're going to sit there and really think about this. And they probably will never figure it out.
Yeah, I wonder how much of our ancient history is due to that shit. Assholes like us.
Aliens. No.
Alien. Yeah. No, wait.
Those aliens.
Yeah, you gotta get. I don't really have long enough hair to do that. But yeah, that's why that's why I think history is actually pretty fascinating itself. It's tough to like. You can't imagine a length of time for longer than you've personally experienced. So as soon as you say go back in time, like 60. I can't imagine. I'm already stepping into the realm of imagination there, like where I just can't even physically fathom what's longer back than that. You think about like World War I, like it seems, it doesn't seem just a lifetime ago that those things went down. It seems like they're eons past. They may as well be synonymous with, like medieval knights and dragons and stuff like that. And that's where it gets kind of
Knight in the sub.
The longer back in time you go, the more outlandish it becomes. And that's why when you think like thousands of years ago, of course, it can make sense that there were like mystical people on the planet that could do things nobody else could or whatever. It's like, yeah, it's because it's a lot easier for your brain to just like make shit up when it's already in imagination land, like
magic.
That's how it
aliens.
Goes. No, yeah, so
throw a fireball. No, he can't. He just picked up an ember out of the fucking fire and threw it at your face.
Yeah, he's like, look at his hands. They're all burned now. He's an asshole.
That's the cost of using the magic. Come on, get with the program.
Yeah, and that's the whole like that's why most things like you look at like L. Ron Hubbard in Scientology today. Right?
Oh God, that's
right.
Oh, he was a shitty author. He was a shitty author. Ugh.
Right, but that's the reaction everybody has. They like, well, not everybody, obviously Scientologists wouldn't, but they most of the time people are just like, oh, give me a break. It's so stupid. How could anybody fall for this? Yet a scripture written like from the Bible, like Christianity, written 2,000 years ago, is somehow more believable. There's just as much insane shit in the Bible as there is in Scientology.
Absolutely.
And so I just don't understand that. I don't get to.
I'm gonna write a sacred text. Put it in like a little like thing, like one of those time capsules. Right. Yeah, see what happens in a few thousand years.
Just make sure to put a banana for scale.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somewhere in the writings, you should probably negate the smiley face club or whatever you started. just to cause problems.
Oh, from years ago. Oh yeah, I accidentally created a problem.
Well, if you do write this sacred text, just remember you have to have the sacred mage, Club of Baby Seal, who came in and did his thing.
They used to be my Xbox Live gamer tag.
I know.
And years later, like you forgot you had it. Years later, you got called out on a strike against you by Microsoft.
Yeah, they made me change
Somebody
it.
took offense to this.
They made me
Like,
change it. That's how I changed
Don't feel that. I changed my first one also.
Yeah. It just
Yeah,
But they didn't like pickled fetus.
it was yeah, all that stuff. They were like, no, you can't do that. That's offensive. And I'm just like, I didn't club a baby seal to get this username. You know what I mean? Like do you really think that's how this happens? Like
Oh,
it's just the freedom of speech. You know what I mean? And then so I changed it to outstanding clusterfuck, but it was just CF, so they never knew what the CF stood for. But yeah, that's where it's been ever since.
I think if I was going to make a trolling account, I would call it Blue Falcon. And just fuck with people.
Right? Yeah, buddy.
Actually, you know what? There you go. There's something we have to apologize to this generation for. The fucking treasure trolls.
The treasure trolls.
The fucking trolls from back in the.
Oh, you literally mean trolls.
Yeah, the fucking trolls with the hair.
Without the gem.
Yeah.
Treasure trolls were the ones with the gem.
I know, but we have to apologize for that. If we're going to apologize for anything, if we're going to apologize for Power Rangers, if we're going to apologize for anything in this world, we've got to apologize for that. I mean,
Were trolls really us?
And-
I feel like that came before us. Like
That originally came before us. Actually, it did.
yeah, I feel like
it
because
did.
I feel like mom and
In the
dad had
80s
a troll.
in the 80s,
Like,
they
I don't
had
ever
the-
remember.
In the 80s, they re-released trolls with the gems in their bellies. So
Right.
they've
Like,
been around since I think the
Furby.
60s or 70s or something.
You know, we apologize. We should apologize for Furbies.
yeah, we still need to apologize for even considering bringing those things back.
Yep.
That's
And
what we need to
Furbies.
apologize for.
Yeah.
Teletubbies.
Right,
That's
right,
something we should apologize for. Those things are.
That's
scary.
not our fault. That's
But they're
not our
gone
fault.
though. They're gone though, and like they're not
Yeah,
coming
thank
back.
goodness. Those things were scary as shit.
Whoa, what?
These aren't our fault, nor is
Oh, Cecil,
Barney.
we're talking about Teletubbies, man. Those frightening thing we
Oh,
woke up
Jesus
to
Christ.
at one time.
Sorry, I thought you were talking. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, that's why we don't. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, exactly. But I
There's
thought we were
some-
talking about. I thought we were still talking about Furbies for a second there.
Oh, those things were also fucking scary.
Furbies were demonic. Those things were
Those- Those things are satanic. No AA batteries should be able to last in anything for over 5 years. They should not charge. They should not have juice to them.
I'm
I
pretty
left
sure that
I mean, everything that I've ever left
Jesus,
batteries in
what
for
the
a extended period of time.
I'm pretty sure some of them.
Oh
I'm
my
pretty sure-
god!
I'm pretty sure some of them learned to talk without AA batteries. That's how terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kid just pulled a rig on me, man. I didn't even,
Oh,
I
nice.
didn't even
I
see
saw her like
go
creeping up
by.
behind you.
Troll.
Oh my
She's
god!
creeping up like the ring chick over there.
Yeah.
She literally, like, my heart is racing right now. I am dying right now.
And
That's how fast it's going.
that's-
I thankfully I did that before the podcast. Otherwise, I'd had.
Right.
You know, that's what I'm going to put in the little time capsule.
What's up, honey?
I'm going to put in a L. Ron Hubbard book, a
Oh, yeah.
Furby,
Oh god.
You're
No.
not supposed to be on a
In that suit.
and that suit. They'll be
And a
like,
bomb.
Oh, yeah. They include the Trolls movie that they just came out with.
yeah, the
That's
Trolls
something.
movie.
They just did a Trolls movie not too long ago.
Yeah. Long after human civilization's gone, some aliens will come to the planet, find that shit, and go, "We're leaving now."
Yeah.
All right,
Gotta leave
guys.
before-
You guys suck that you saw her sneaking up on me and you didn't say a
Nobody
word
said anything.
Team
Nobody
Blue
said anything.
Falcon. Team Blue Falcon.
because I seriously did not see her at all.
But
I
the funny thing
I
is,
saw. I don't like. Where this goes. Like, you know,
the best part
Just
is
wanna-
the Cecil sentences weren't working.
dude, seriously.
No one can sneak up on you like that.
I
was-
really wish I
so
started off with
focused.
that. Wouldn't it be funny if something was behind you?
Well, I got these headphones I have on. They cancel out like all noise around me. So literally, you could be sitting next to me and talking, and I can't hear a thing. Like
yeah, man.
my wife comes up to me
Oh,
and she'll
yeah.
be talking to me, and she'll be like, and I'll be like, okay, honey."
Yeah, same
Then
thing
she'll
when
walk
I leave
away.
him on.
And then
You know
she'll come
what?
up and be like, all right, let's go to this place. I'm like, where are we going? She said, we're going to this whatever. You said you were going
I
to go.
too
I'm like,
have a wife.
okay.
I could use a pair of those.
Oh, they're fantastic. They're super cheap, too.
Dude,
Yeah, wife's
I
going
have,
to see this video later on and punch me.
gee, the headphones
that I
that I
need them.
gave you for Christmas, the gamer headphones, they work
Yeah.
great at canceling out noise.
Yeah, they do. I actually have them in the side.
I have a pair of Bose Quiet Comfort 35s, and they're fucking incredible. Like, the best part about these things as headphones, really, like the noise canceling is amazing, of course, but the best part about them is like just you could like put them on your head, and they could be there all day, and you wouldn't even notice that they were there. Like they're incredible.
That's some comfortable
love-
jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazingly
nice.
comfortable.
After a while, these things actually hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most headphones to me are that way, where like you leave them on for a while, they'll hurt. Even the earbud ones,
Yeah,
like your
Yeah.
starts-
The earbud ones hurt me worse
That I
than the other
hate.
ones.
Yeah.
Only thing that I hate about wearing headphones for a long time is when I have glasses on.
Yeah,
picture.
yeah, it'll push the
Yeah.
Oh, you
So-
wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you?
Hmm.
Team Blue Falcon, yes, we would. But I
Yeah,
think,
well, I mean, it depends on what the guy with glasses is doing, right? Like, because I mean, if they're trying to punch you, then yes.
Well,
I
what if
would-
he's just trying to
wearing
put
that VR suit, I would punch him.
Yeah, what if he's just trying to outfit you in a new
This is
VR
for your
suit?
own good. Yeah, exactly. Then it's for their own good, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's trying to put it on you backwards with a rolling pin.
Them's be fighting words.
I'm going to put you out of my misery.
That's pretty fun.
You know what I want to see? I want to see. I want to see a Superman movie where like Superman's not such a good guy, and for the most
Hitchcock.
part, he's like 80% good. But like sometimes like he'll catch like some fucking felon like after he just stole like an old lady's purse or something, and instead of like bringing him to the police station, I think he just like fling him up into orbit, just like. Just like
I think there's a YouTube video like that.
I was saying like just automatic gun. He's like, phew. They're like so much more crime would be solved probably. He's just like fucking.
They'd be like,
Right?
Superman
Well,
is
the
not a
same
lot
thing
of
with
crime.
Batman.
What criminal?
And then like his
Actual Dark Knight, like Batman that was like, yo, you did this crime. I'm gonna take you out. I'm not gonna send you to Arkham so you can break out and do it all over
Right.
again.
You're talking about like the Nightwing shit, right? Like that like bloody, gory Batman kind of thing. I actually thought
absolutely.
The Dark Knight is my favorite Batman movie.
Yeah.
Like with
You
hands
know
down.
what I want to see? I want to see Punisher get Superman powers. That'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah, he might turn evil. real quick.
That's why'd be so sweet. The Marvel
Yeah.
universe should be empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine the Punisher with Superman powers, and yeah, I'm
It's a bad
not.
idea.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
No.
Like-
Well, it would
like
probably, it
nothing.
might make for a good movie.
Punisher
But
with
it-
10K powers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would just turn into him systematically going through every member of every government in the world and just creating a vacuum and filling it with
Anarchy.
those people. Yeah, that's all I see coming from that. And maybe brownies for all, but that's just because of his super speed.
And Brownie's made with his heat vision.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, yeah,
yeah.
that too. Shit, dude, you know what? If I had fucking heat vision, that's all I would do with it. I would probably shave, melt my face off in the process, and make brownies. Like that's all I would fucking do.
Face off, you'd be immune to your own ability.
Wow, no, I'd be like fucking Havoc. I'd be like Havoc from the X-Men. All of a sudden,
Or
I'd
he
be like,
blows his
be
lower
like,
jaw
oh,
off.
look at this! Bam! Holy shit! I just blew my face off.
Right.
You know, that would be me. I'd be like, holy crap! Check out this! I got laser beam eyes, babe. Oh shit! How do I hide a body now? Ooh, laser beam eyes.
Right. Yeah. Just keep going.
I would just like use my laser eyes to like draw on people. This is asshole. So I'm gonna carve dick in him. Ah! You're
Yeah, but-
now open.
Yeah, but then all of a
Right.
sudden, as you're sitting there carving a dick in this dude's back, this hot chick goes by.
Well, I got laser vision, so I don't have to worry about bodies.
That
Oh,
or
great.
people that tailgate, just look in your rear view and then angle it. Oh, there they go. They're not tailgating anymore.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they figure out it was you when they look at your back windshield and see these laser beam holes put through it. Speaking of which,
But if you have those powers, what are they going to do about it?
yeah, good point.
Exactly.
That reminds me. Did you guys ever read the Ultimate X-Men?
I read some of it. Yes.
Did you guys ever see the issue where the kid wakes up and his powers come up, but his powers are basically that he kills anything organic, like everything organic around him dies, just vaporizes?
Yeah, the Don't Touch Me kid.
Yeah. Did you guys see that one? Did you guys?
I believe so.
Oh,
yes.
dude! Like just we were talking about laser beam eyes and things going bad. It just reminded me of that issue, and just the end of it where the kid's in this fucking. So just to sum it up quick, this kid wakes up and he's looking for his parents, can't find them. He thinks it's a little weird because he's finding like clothes and shit on the floor, but he just chucks it up to mom drops some laundry on the floor type of shit. Goes to school, goes out there, is really feeling weird about it, finally sees somebody go by on a bike, and it's like, oh, cool, there's somebody. Turns around, and literally that person just vaporizes on the bike. And every time he walks past like a lawn and shit, the lawn all turns brown and starts to die. Finally he figures it all out that he's doing it. He runs off into this fucking cave, and he's just sitting there, and Logan shows up. And the kid's like, no, you got to go away. You're going to die. And Logan's like, nah, you're not going to kill me, kid. There's something, Charles calls it like this X thing or something like that. And he hands the kid a beer and he's sitting there drinking. And Logan starts telling him about this shit. Like, hey, yeah, so this is your power. You send off this pheromone, yada, yada, yada. It kills everything around you. And all of a sudden the kid realizes like why Logan's there. And he's just like, just do it. Just get it over with. Do it. And Logan's like, finish your beer, kid.
Logan's a good guy sometimes. Yeah.
This is dark.
I mean,
Yeah.
if I had powers like that, I'd probably wear a free hug sign.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, this kid, you get within like 100 yards of this kid, and you were dead. I mean, that's you just vaporized.
Ugh.
I mean, it would really make going to the store real easy. Like, hey, I'm going down and get some eggs. Hey, I got this T-bone steak while I was there too.
Except the T-bone steak would also vaporize.
Oh, good point.
What about premieres? You'd never have to wait in line for another premiere or another first day launch.
Yeah, but then you'd have to do all that running upstairs, start the movie, run back downstairs.
Riding on the bus.
That's why you go into the theater a few minutes after the opening credits start to roll.
Yeah, but then what about changing reels and shit like that if you're in an older theater? I mean, I see where you're going with it. I don't think we're thinking it through.
Like, I'm thinking modern, modern theaters, you don't have to worry about the reel change anymore. It's all automated.
But if you had that condition, you would need that VR suit.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Hopefully, they don't make that VR suit out of organic compounds. Because
son of a bitch.
It's lubricated. You have to find synthetics. You wouldn't be able to use.
Okay, here's a question that just came into my mind. Worst superpower that you could possibly think of.
Well, but beyond the one we just went over?
Beyond that one, yeah. Worst superpower.
That's not the worst. That's just an unfortunate power. Like that's a very powerful ability. It's just very unfortunate. The worst.
Hell, you could like walk into you'd be like, hey, I really don't like England. You just like get over there and walk around. You're like, fuck you, English.
There's somebody there's a certain superhero I've always had a problem with, and nobody else seems to mind. Well, I'm sure they notice, but I'm trying to remember who the fuck it is right now.
Marvel or DC?
Oh, I don't even remember. Well, I'm sure that like there's the DC version of this guy and the Marvel version of this guy, since they basically are photocopies of each other. But it's like I've never respected the Flash, because it's like all you can do is run fast. Daredevil. Okay,
he's fucking blind.
So Daredevil's special ability is that he regained his power of sight through another means. That doesn't make you a superhero. That makes you fucking evil. That puts you back at square one. Okay, that's the dumbest fucking superpower in the history of super people. It's just fucking can't stand it. I can't even get into the new Daredevil because I'm always just like, oh, this is so fucking dumb.
Well, what about
like, what's your super shit?
What's
What
his
about his
weakness?
own
Anything
bullseye?
written down.
You can throw
Right.
shit.
Yeah,
You're good
darker
at throwing shit.
glasses.
Bullseye. Come on.
Or ear pluck and destroy him. Fuck Daredevil. Ugh. Ugh.
I can definitely
Yes.
see what you're saying there.
I can't stand that. Like, it just seems so stupid. Ugh.
Now
But,
did you happen to read any of the later, like, late 90s, early 2000 Daredevils at all?
No, I will. Yeah, in full disclosure, I should report my ignorance there. I do not know any of like the actual story behind Daredevil. I just seen like the shows and like the terrible Ben Affleck movie, and I just can't do it.
No, his power isn't just that he regained this ability
Right.
to say all of
Right,
his
right.
all of his other studies, literally to the point of like the hairs on his skin, he can
Right,
sense
he's like got
shit around him.
he's got like hyper reflexes
Vigilance,
too.
yeah,
So like it's like spider sense in a way. You can like
Yeah, it's like
sense
spider
when
sense
they're-
on
Right.
crack.
Right. I get it. I just still it just has always bugged me.
No,
Like
I
yeah,
agree with
My
that
thing
though.
Oh,
though,
throw him really, really hard.
Daredevil thing. My thing
He's
though
a blind
is
man who
arch
can actually
nemesis,
see.
the fucking bullseye dude.
This should
You can
this
throw
should make,
shit. Ugh.
this should be Keanu Reeves Daredevil. I'm a blind man who can see.
Dude,
Yeah.
okay, sorry, that just reminded me when you said Bullseye. I saw this fucking little snippet from a comic on Facebook, and it showed Bullseye, and he's sitting there in front of a couple cops. He's like, all right, guys, this can go one of two ways. Which way do you want it to go? And all of a sudden, you see the cops lower their weapons, and Hulk comes behind Daredevil, or no, sorry, behind Bullseye, and puts his hand on his shoulder. And Bullseye turns around and looks at him, and Hulk just gets down in his face and goes, pay your taxes. And he goes, okay. And he just jumps off, and there's the cops, putting handcuffs on him. He's like, "Wow, the fight really left you pretty quick." And Bullseye just looks around and says, "The Hulk says, pay your taxes. You pay your taxes."
You can't argue with him.
Well, yeah, how the fuck are you gonna argue with the Hulk? Like that'd be a bad idea.
Yeah, I remember Loki made that mistake.
Puny God.
Yeah.
I like the first Avengers. I thought they did really well with that.
Yeah, I
The
like
second
it
one
too.
not so much.
Well, I dug the Avengers. I really did, but I think I liked the Avengers 2 more than I liked the first Avengers movie.
Really?
I think I
That's
liked
gotta be the
Avengers 2
first
more.
time I've heard that.
Yeah,
Why?
I think the dialogue in the Avengers 2 just was I don't know, it seemed more organic. It seemed funnier at times. I mean, there was some
One-
great dialogue in the first
yeah.
one, don't get me wrong. I mean,
One
know.
did seem a bit more cliche in that sense. I think you're right.
it did. It did. But like things like I got that reference. I got that. Little things like that where just it really brought the dialogue. It made the dialogue a character in the movie versus just
Sure.
like you had Iron Man, you had Captain America, you had Thor. The
Right.
dialogue was
And
its
all
own
these
character.
special effects kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it because it was the first movie. I thought it portrayed the whole idea of having a bunch of egos like that in one room very, very clearly. And I thought they capitalized on that for the first movie really well. The reason I didn't like the second one so much is because the dialogue, I thought the acting was good. Everybody played their characters well as they usually do, but it just what seemed like the Ultron. At no point in that movie was I ever actually it got to the point by the end of the movie I was like, just drop that fucking thing. To just drop the whole city on a very largely populated region. I do not care anymore because I'm just like, I don't know. Ultron to me was just like a huge disappointment. It just seemed like he was so easily beaten, and like it's not like the kind of AI you would expect to even be remotely bested this fucking easily. And
the funny
I don't know. It was weird to me.
The funny thing is, Ultron was connected to everything. Just destroying that core body doesn't mean that he's gone. He's like Brainiac. He's in everything.
Yeah. Well, he can exist in like a microchip or something. You know what I mean? Like really limited to to one specific body. Hence the idea of that evil AI or whatever.
He's
but yeah,
like
like
ransomware.
yeah,
Right.
I mean, kind of. So yeah, kind of obnoxious. It's like, oh yeah, my fucking bested you. It's like, no, he did not. You know what I mean? Like, no, he fucking didn't. Stop this right now. And then like it just, I don't know, it just seemed like a cop out. Like they didn't really know how to end quick. Just have him beaten already or whatever. I don't know. It just seemed kind of sloppy in that sense. But I feel like the second movie was basically just to bridge you to the third, because that's the one with well, what the fuck is Thanos, right?
Yeah, Infinity War.
Yeah. So like, that's the one everybody wants to see. But yeah, it just seemed like the second one was really more just like a trailer than anything else.
Well, same thing with Civil War. Civil War wasn't Civil War to me. It was just another Avengers.
Yeah, that's why, like, Civil War, I just, you know, and this is just me not being able to let go of the comic book, but Civil War in the comic book, when they made Civil War, it was an event. I mean, there was ripples, there was ripples upon ripples upon ripples that happened because of that event in the comics. And I just feel like they've really cheapened it for the movie. It just really...
The same thing with Iron Man 3 when they introduced the Extremis. That wasn't Extremis.
We don't talk about that. Iron Man 3 didn't happen.
Yeah.
It was a terrible movie. Oh my god. It was awful.
But there was
no such thing.
There was one thing that happened in the comics that I really like when they were talking about making Civil War that I really wanted to see them work out in the movies. There was a scene right after Civil War. It was where Thor, because Ragnarok had already happened and Thor was technically dead. Well, Thor came back. In Civil War in the comic books, they made a mechanical Thor. They made like this cyborg Thor.
Yeah, it was like a clone slash cyborg.
Yeah. Yeah, so they had this, and it killed Goliath.
That's where I got my email tag from, the Dark God of Thunder.
Yeah, and
Ragnarok.
And he ended up killing Goliath. And after that, they're like, oh shit, you know, Reed Richards was like, oh man, I got to take this guy apart and put, you know, figure him out. Well, Thor comes back to life because of the natural progression of Ragnarok. So he comes back, he gets reborn or whatever you want to call it. And as he comes back, he all of a sudden finds out about this shit that happens. And he goes off on a fucking rampage. He goes to Reed Richards. Yeah, he goes to Reed Richards. He goes to the Fantastic Four Tower, and he literally he destroys this clone half cyborg thing that was there. And then, like, as he's leaving, Tony shows up and is like, you know, hey, you really shouldn't have done that. You know, there's reasons why we did this. And Thor just basically, Thor just looks at him and just says, basically, I'm paraphrasing, of course. He's like, get the fuck out of here, dude, because if we fight, you might not live through it. You know, he basically tells him flat out, get the fuck out of here, or you're gonna die.
Yeah, you don't have your Asgardian armor suit.
Well, Stark, being the arrogant SOB, he's like, look, guy, every time we fought, I've won. So let's not play this game. And he basically like starts coming, not like Adam attackingly, but he starts coming at Thor. So Thor rips into him. I mean, outright rips into him. Tony doesn't have a chance to get up, let alone catch his breath. I mean, he is fucking getting ripped apart. And 3/4 of the way through the fight, Tony's like, how are you doing this? This is impossible. You've never fought like this before. And Thor just looks at him, and I can remember the quote in my head because it was just so profound. And he looks at Tony and he goes, because before we fought as friends. And then he lays the fucking hammer down and calls down the lightning on him. I'm like, holy fuck. Like that's what came of Civil War. Like those are the ripples, and that's the shit that came from Civil War.
Yeah, freaking awesome comic series.
That's why when like they came out and they just plastered that Civil War on the screen, I was like, man, you know what the fuck? You know, how could you do that? You know, and then they threw Spider-Man in there for that wow factor.
Personally, my only part of that movie that was any good was Black Panther.
Yeah, I liked his character. I liked the idea of his character.
I just didn't learn anything about him. I knew nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't do much character development on him, but I mean, by this point in the movie, trying to add extra characters like that. I mean, you already
that's
had Bucky, you already had Captain America, you already had Iron Man. I mean, you already had all these characters, Falcon. You had all these characters that had so much backstory. It's really hard to introduce a new character.
Well, he's looking like Suicide Squad or some shit where you have no idea what the hell's going on.
Yeah, or like where they start off and they're giving everybody like this 5 or 10 minute intro, and then they give the one guy 30 seconds, and you're like, oh, well, he's fucking dead. Like, he's dying right now. And boom, his head blows off. You're like, I fucking called that.
Yeah.
Right. Like the red shirt.
How do you know if you live? You'll get the full minute intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come my intro here is only 30 seconds? You won't need much more than that.
Why am I wearing a red shirt? Fuck.
I'm crewman number 6. I'm gonna die.
They didn't even give me a last name.
You got a last name guy.
Or any main character in Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What's my name? Guy. Guy what?
Oh, Galaxy.
Game of Thrones is rough, man.
You know, I have not watched Game of Thrones because I want to read the books before I watch any of the show. And I know that the show is now past where the books are, but I still want to read the books before watching.
I think it is.
It actually is. It actually is. It has surpassed it. But
shitty.
But the books are freaking phenomenal, and they did a really good job with the show too. So I mean, if
there's one question.
I have them all.
There's one question that always pops into my head whenever I'm watching Game of Thrones, and it's this: I was certain if acting or if
no, he's there. Okay. He's out for a minute there.
Okay.
Oh, I said I'm not sure if like just by watching Game of Thrones, I'm never sure if it's like a good, like the story is good and everything, but the like the acting, I constantly question the acting. I'm like, I'm not certain if these people are actually good actors or if they're just getting a pass because they're constantly speaking in weird accents. Like I can't put my finger on it. I like the more I question it, the more I'm just like, like I don't know. I'm afraid to learn the answer really. But I think it's entertaining though. Like it's definitely the first season with poor Boromir, but the first season is brilliant. It hooked me right in. Like I
love the Red Wedding.
Yeah. Well, don't ruin too much. Steve still's got to see a lot of it, but yeah, it's good. Like it's worth it for the storyline, I think.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
If you like any main character, the only hint I'm gonna give you, Cecil, is don't get too attached to any main character.
Well, I mean, I've already seen enough of that basically everybody dies in it. I've pretty much already figured that out.
Yeah.
And I've even like some of the little things like Peter Dinklage character gets his nose chopped off in the book, but in the movie or in the shows, he gets like his ear chopped off.
Just a bad scar.
Yeah, or a scar or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously they're not going to have him walk around enough. Maybe a little extreme.
Hey, how into your character are you?
Yeah, so that's
Reek and his penis getting cut off.
Yeah, that's great with Game of Thrones. It's like it'll take a character that you've seen a couple times in like a few episodes prior to this one or whatever, and sudden peril. And you're like, oh, I didn't even know I liked this character this much. That suddenly you're like, oh shit! Oh come on! Like it just happens all the time. And it like it's not like it's relentlessly gory or something like that. It's just like when it does come about, it makes sense. And then, but as it happens, you're like, oh fuck, are you serious? Like every time. It's
like when they're thinking out when they were making Doctor Who, and they're like, hey, how are we going to make this so that we can keep this thing going even if the main actor leaves? Oh, we'll do regeneration. Yeah. It's like when they were doing Game of Thrones. The guy was thinking, how am I going to keep this going? Oh, I'll just kill off everybody and replace them with new people, every other book.
Right.
Introduce new characters so you can kill them too.
But I would say everybody
But you blow through a main part of the cast in like a very, very short time, and it's holy fuck.
But I like it because it doesn't. That's what it is, though. Like there is no main cast. This is like a story happening as though a story should happen. You know what I mean? That results aren't always to be expected. There is no hero.
Just like the power struggles amongst old, medieval royalty and families. It just went down.
It just seems a lot more real because of that basic idea. Really,
it's a lot more interesting that way.
Just reminds me what that the assassin said in Serenity. I am not the evil tyrant. He is not the plucky hero. You are not the damsel in distress.
Yep.
That's true. It reminds me because also when you think back, everybody's like, oh, tyrants are terrible, yada yada. Not all tyrants were bad. There were some good kings out there, and
I know. Look at freaking Kublai Khan.
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
I don't know why the hell that was so funny, but it was just perfect. Yeah, Kublai Khan. I don't know who the fuck.
I just don't know who that is. Man. I'm willing to learn.
What are the descendants of Genghis Khan?
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Oh god, I was just thinking to myself, God, I don't know what the fuck that is, and you just vocalized that perfectly.
One of his subservients.
I'm glad that we were okay. Yeah, I'm glad that there was more. I'm glad that I wasn't the only one voicing.
That's why it was so funny. I literally was thinking those exact same words in my head of I don't know who the fuck that is. And you just said it. I'm like, holy fuck.
Oh, that's great. But you said
that guy had a chupacabra thingy.
Chupa thingy.
Was a relative of Genghis Khan, you said?
Yeah.
That makes sense. That the concept seems familiar or whatever.
In that age of time, he allowed basically every known religion to Europe and Asia's his society. And it was pretty prosperous until internal issues came about, like always.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't feel they were getting paid enough.
Always power struggles, yeah. I feel about Alexander. He didn't he king of it was actually Macedonia, not Greece.
Yep.
It wasn't. So he was the king, but he spent time being king, conquering land. So and he'd be like, "You guys are conquered," and they'd be like, "Oh no, please!" But then he would leave, and it's not like there'd be new laws. Really, they would just pay their taxes to a different zip code. Really, you know what I mean?
Like, just pay your taxes, and I'll pave your roads for you and shit.
Yeah, and it really didn't change shit. Yeah, we're cool with this, whatever. And he didn't try to force any kind of crazy. He had land.
Yeah, your culture, your religion, that's fine. Just pay your taxes. We'll do your road. Cool.
Yeah, he had ancient Greece all the way to India.
Yeah,
and a swath of society that literally comprises 80 different religions. And so never did they have any trouble with that. He just didn't. It wasn't the priority of his to even consider. Really, he just felt people were going to live under him, and they were just going to live. That's what it was. But
they were just kind of
I thought he's an example of a maybe not a decent tyrant all the way, because he definitely was a warmonger, but he was people.
Who?
I thought Alexander the Great.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying somebody else because you were just talking about Alexander the Great. I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. And then I thought you were leading into somebody else, and I was like, who are we talking about next?
Oh, no.
Are we going into Hitler? Mussolini? What are we going to next? Come on.
Oh yeah, I'm honestly not certain. Well, Tutankhamun actually was even though he was hated by his time, which was thanks to his father, not him really. He was actually a really good leader. And if people weren't so jaded by his father, he would have done great things for Egypt.
I can't remember, but wasn't Tutankhamun a bastard son or something like that?
No, he was. So his father was the reason why everybody thinks that is because most of royalty was back then. But yeah, so his father was a guy by the name of Amenhotep, I think, and he was the guy that tried to change where the capital of Egypt was from Cairo to like some city way down south. And so he spent an absurd amount of money building palaces and shit like this in the middle of fucking nowhere, and wasted Egypt's economy doing this. And during that same time, people were like invading from the north, and he just didn't even pay attention to it because he didn't really want to as king. And so when he finally died, Tutankhamun became the boy king, but people were so pissed off at his father for basically destroying Egypt that they decided not to let Tutankhamun go, and also desecrated his name and shit like that. So it was unfortunate, but that's how.
If I became a tyrant or like in control of stuff, I'd probably use like half the economy just to build those pyramids and shit.
Right.
Dude, I'd be Star-Lord, man. There'd be huge statues of fucking Pac-Man and Heather Locklear. There'd be some weird shit.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. It's like, really, we just built something bigger than Mount Everest, a fucking Pac-Man. Hell yeah.
That by the way, that was my favorite quote in that movie. Like out of everything that happened, just him saying, "I'm gonna build some weird shit." Like that right there. That was the
Wait, is that Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, but I really want to.
Well, I didn't give away any I didn't give away any major story plot there.
No,
as soon as you get to it, you'll realize, this is where I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That quote.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Monday.
I just wanted to put that out there so it wasn't like, and then this happened. You know, sometimes it's shit like I had the Sixth Sense ruined for me as a kid. All right, that was devastating.
Who ruined that for you?
Aunt Lisa and Travis.
You know what? When I saw that movie, The Sixth Sense, though, my wife and I were about 5 minutes late or 10 minutes late to the actual movie. So when we sat down, we started the movie right where Bruce Willis is sitting on the park bench about to go visit the kid. Yeah. So we never saw that gunshot thing at all. So we had no clue that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, the ending was a complete mind fuck. Like literally, her and I are looking at each other like, "Holy fuck! Did that seriously just happen?
Like, how could we have known?" Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But like all of a sudden, things came together, and we're like, "Holy shit! That's what's that." Like anytime I tell anybody watch The Sixth Sense, I tell them to skip the first 10 minutes of the movie and start at him at the park bench because your mind will be blown much. I mean, it'll be on the walls. It'll be a fucking Pablo Picasso all over the walls, and that's your gray matter because that's how powerful that was.
I could, which was unfortunate, but watching it that way, I still was like, yeah, I could see how that would have just like melted my fucking brain. Like, there's just no way I would have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Another one which I feel like would have been better had people not done the whole. As a little kid, people have like spoken into the back of fans like, "Luke, I am your father," and then so by the time I was when I was old enough to actually understand what the fuck was going on or whatever, Darth Vader being Luke's father was not a surprise to me. It was like I just common knowledge, you know what I mean? Like I had no idea.
So it sucks to be the late one to the movie. It's like,
yeah,
fuck. No surprises.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker! It's Luke's father.
Dick move. Yeah. Dick move alert. Dick move.
Well, I used to work with this guy that he played video games as well. And like literally, I would tell him because he's like, "Oh, I just picked up this game I'm playing tonight." I'm like, "Cool, dude. Don't tell me anything about it. I wanna play the game and I want to experience the storyline." I was like, "Don't tell me anything about it." And I was doing the same thing. "Oh, I'm gonna go see that movie." I'm like, "Great. Don't tell me. I'm going to see it this weekend. Don't tell me anything about it." So he'd come to work the next day and he'd be like, "Yeah, dude, I saw it. Oh, you're gonna love this part when it gets to this." I'm like, "Dude, I just asked you yesterday not to tell me about it. Don't tell me about it." He'd be like, "Okay." And then he'd start talking about it more. I'm like, "Are you not getting are you not getting my request here? Don't tell me about it. I don't want to know."
Tonight, trophy goes to that guy.
Yeah.
Of course. I could always just predict a game I haven't played either for you.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. God damn it. Like, seriously, you ruined Resident Evil 2. You absolutely
never
ruined
even
that
seen
game.
you playing it first, yeah.
God damn.
How the fuck did you ruin Resident Evil 2? Would you?
So
did you?
I'm playing this fucking game. Okay, all
When
right.
it first came out,
Yeah,
I hadn't
and
even seen
literally,
this game yet.
I just got through the first part because it was that 2-part thing where you played as one character and then you played as the second character.
Right.
Well, I played through as the one character, so I felt pretty good about the game. Like I felt pretty good about the controls, my item management, ammo management, all that shit. So I was feeling really good. Well, I go around and as you're playing, I played Leon first, and then I played Claire. Well, you go into this like the big, it's like a fucking conference room for the cops, and I'm in there, and I'm just like, oh, I'm looking around at stuff. And D was there. And all of a sudden he goes, oh, man, wouldn't it be funny if that big motherfucker you saw just busted through the wall?
Oh, God.
I'd be like, no, dude, he's down in the fucking sewers. That's not going to happen. Dude, I couldn't finish the statement. Boom, he busts through the fucking wall. And I'm like, oh, my God. All I had was a handgun because I put all my other weapons away. I thought I was going to this place where I was going to get all this stuff. So I'm like, motherfucker. So I'm popping this thing off with a handgun. And I'm like, shit. So I ran out the door. And the door, it was weird how they designed this specific part of it, but you go out of the door, and then you do this big U around the room to get to the edge.
Yeah, and the camera.
Yeah, so I'm running around this whole thing, and there he's again, because I run by the hole that he was in the first place, and I run right by it. So I'm like, oh, good, he's not gonna fucking get me. So next thing you know, he goes, man, wouldn't it be funny if he busted through that wall right in front of you? And I'm like, what? I didn't even get to say anything else other than what? Boom, he busts through the wall in front of me. I'm like, motherfucker. So I'm like throwing, I don't know, I was like throwing a grenade at him or shooting him or something. He drops down to one knee. I run past him. I'm like, holy Christ. I'm running. I'm freaking out. And D's just sitting there laughing because I'm flipping my friggin' wig because I haven't saved in like 3 hours. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm running and I'm like, I got to beeline to the safe spot. I got to get there. So I'm running to this safe spot, and he had to go up to the second level across this one balcony. So I get up to the second level and as I'm going through the door to get onto the balcony, D goes, wouldn't it be funny if I said, you shut the fuck up right now, man. You don't say another fucking word. Next thing you know, the friggin' tyrant thing arm comes over the railing and starts climbing up. I'm like, motherfucker.
That's why we don't trust my wouldn't it be funny ifs.
Yeah. So if anybody is ever near D at any point in time in your life, and he says, wouldn't it be funny if just punch him in the cock, punch him square in the dick. Don't
do the Mark Hamill cock knocker.
Think about it.
How many times did we almost get killed because I was like, wouldn't it be funny?
I lost count. I lost count. I think it's a psychosomatic thing now. I think now you say, wouldn't it be funny if, and I think that causes the bad things to happen. I don't think they were going to happen prior. I think it's just you've made this
psychosomatic.
Yeah, you just created this psychosomatic situation that you say it and instantly it's like, ooh, we're brainwashed. Oh, I'm gonna cut my own hand off. Whoop! Oh, fuck!
Oh man.
Cecil, you do feel like some hash browns.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Answer.
Yeah.
Meet Derek, the self-fulfilling prophet. That's what it is.
Yeah,
I am. That should be my new gamer tag, self-fulfilling prophet.
Oh my God,
It'd be good.
D, your new gamer tag, Psychomancer.
Oh boy. Yeah, shit.
And holy redness, Pixel.
Yeah. Look at that.
Redness.
Can you see that? Can you see the difference? Like there is a distinct line right here. I was out in the sun for a while.
I know. I mean, I just wish that somebody could fix, invent something that can help protect you from the sun.
Dude, I literally when we went out. Okay, so we started the day. We started the day to go over and get my daughter's pictures taken at her dance class. So I put on a t-shirt.
Yeah, D,
I put on a t-shirt, some flip-flops, and a condom, and we went out the door. So we get there, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna only be here for 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
What?
So we get done there, and then I remembered I was driving over. I'm like, oh shit, there's the thing over at the dealership. They're doing the appreciation day. We should go check it out. And my wife is like, well, we didn't bring any clothes for us. I'm like, just take the car, drive home. And she hates driving the Mustang. That's why I always try to get her to drive it, because she hates driving it. So she gets in it, she drives home, gets her some clothes. And I didn't even think to say, hey, get some sunscreen. So we get there, and I'm thinking, hey, we're going to be here an hour at max. We're not going to stick around for lunch. We're just going to hang out. The kid's going to jump on some bouncy bounces and shit. I'm going to get yelled at for, taking a dump near a car, and then we'll leave. That would be the whole day. Well, all of a sudden they give us little tickets for the door prize. They're like, yeah, door prizes are being given away at 1:30. And I'm thinking to myself, we're not sticking around for that. Well, we're waiting online for all this other shit. Bots trying to go over, do this, do that. So I'm like, all right. So finally it's like 12:15 and they're serving lunch. Like, all right, well, let's grab lunch while we're here. So we grab lunch. And then by the time we finish lunch, we walk out. And I walk back out into the sun after being in the shade for like 20 minutes. And as soon as I get out in the sun hits my arms and my back of my neck and my face. And then I turn around and I realize I'm very burnt right now. Like, I have absorbed a significant amount of radiation. And I'm going to be a small thermonuclear reactor at the house. Like, I'm serious. Like,
develop a superpower.
Well, here's the best thing. Like, my monitor, it's not really that bright. The thing that's making it so bright is that it's reflecting off of me, and I'm just like,
yeah, man, that's a lot of sun. I felt like I did that when I went deep sea fishing with Uncle Jack a few years back, and yeah, we were out in the water, and even though there's like an overhang, so like you're pretty well blocked from the sun, but it's also reflecting off of the ocean. And so like, yeah, by the end of the day, I was just like burnt to a crisp. Oh man, that was awful.
But just the front, not the back.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere there was exposed skin was just burnt. It was just bad.
Oh yeah, it's probably difficult for you to see the comparison on my face, but my face is very, very red.
I feel
like impressively red.
It's like on my end, it's almost like 16-bit Steve or something, because like it's just like a shitty connection. Well, not shitty. I think I've got like DSL, so it's not like pristine. So it's really just like you're just blotches of like lighter tones and pink, really.
Oh yeah,
white and pink blocks. There you go. 8-bit Steve.
Oh, you know what? I'm using this. I'll say this webcam actually isn't exactly the best webcam in the world, so I can see why I'm 8-bit Steve right now.
Fair enough. I don't know what mine looks. Mine is decent, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah, in comparison to mine, yeah, yours is significantly better.
Yeah, okay. I figured it looked that like I was like that looks decent on mine. I wasn't sure if that was actually what was being broadcast or whatever, But yeah, it's just like the built-in camera on the MacBook.
Yeah, this is it's I forgot where I got this camera. I think I got this through school for something. But yeah.
Yeah, I got a bunch of different like microphones and shit I could use. This one's more like podcast ready, probably. This is the mic I use for like recording and whatnot. This is if I could get a good picture of this for you, or like zoom in without with the call, which I can't. It's so disgusting because it's just like covered in spit for like years of accumulated dried. It's so gross, but I love it. Good mic.
I was to say, hey, if it works, man, that's the thing. If it works, it works.
Yeah, I really thought about dunking it in just alcohol, just to like try and clean it off, because it's just bad.
Yeah, but that would be like cleaning the stripper pole, and I mean, come on.
Yeah, you hope that whatever it's made of, hopefully just dilutes anyway.
Kind of like cleaning a stripper pole with your tongue.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. On the plus side, is stripper pole is made of metal. Not too many living things will exist in contact with metal, so he's probably okay.
I was gonna say, until you sit next to him and hear his Darth Vader breathing going on, and you're like, when did that start? Right around my bachelor party, actually. Oh,
yeah, right.
Oh, sorry about that. Oops.
There was so I learned something about, oddly enough, I learned something about stripper poles the other day. Some of them actually turn.
Yeah,
they're not just like poles that are stationary. I didn't know that. I thought they were all just like a fucking pole. You know what I mean? Like just there. But no, apparently a lot of them turn. So when they're doing like crazy spins and stuff, it's usually because the pole.
It's not because of that skilled. Yeah, it broke my heart.
Well, that actually explains why there's not a whole lot of chafing on them, because I would assume that if that thing didn't spin, there'd be like like this weird metal burn on them.
The rug burn or whatever you want to call it, the Indian burns that you would get from that would just be in
very summer. Yeah. Be able to tell everybody that was a stripper if that was the case.
Right.
Yep, that was her. Yeah, she's.
Yeah. So where did you get those marks on your leg from? Oh, work. Right. Oh, okay. I'm with you.
So go. All right. You just give her $1.
Yeah, there'd be these permanent spots on their inner thigh that would never grow hair because of friction.
Yeah, that's true. It's like I don't have to shave.
Yeah, this spot right here, never have to touch. Better than electrolysis.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. The whole I remember I was such a dickhead. Oh my god. Your bachelor party night, that was ridiculous.
No, what was ridiculous is that I was swapping out Zyberblood's beer, and so were you.
Yeah.
And you almost got a waitress fired.
That's
true. She wasn't that. No,
she almost died.
She actually was that drunk. We did a lot of Jaeger at the bar.
We bought so much alcohol that night. It was fucking retarded. Like we were still drunk the next day, easily.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Which might invalidate your wedding itself. I'm not sure how that works. But you might have been drunk for all that.
What do you mean might have?
I was wasted. Oh my god! And we were like, DD.
You were white boy or white girl wasted.
I was, and Travis was our DD. So and we're like opening the fucking van doors.
Yeah.
Your bottles out.
Yeah.
God damn it, guy.
I'm just surprised it took me that long to catch on to like everybody piling Guinnesses on me.
Yeah.
Oh
By the
man.
time he finally caught on, he was already tanked.
Let alone all the shots that everybody was giving me.
Well, dude, I just Cyberblood. I can remember very distinctly that I think it was about an hour or two in. And you were like, you sat there and you put your arm on my shoulder and you're like, dude, I've had like 3 beers and I'm really fucked up. And I'm like, yeah, man, dude, don't worry, man. It's all good. It's all good.
You're a lightweight, man.
It just,
yeah.
The thing that you didn't know is that those 3 beers I had swapped out about 8 times. So,
right.
So you really had at least 8 beers in you. And then I found out that Adam over there was doing the same exact thing.
So you had like 20
and
beers.
The same thing with Dee and the same thing with Travis. Y'all were
we did do actually a little bit. So I think we almost accidentally called. Kurt was just trying to have 1 to 3 beers, and we almost killed him.
Oh no! But the thing is, we all died. Like it wasn't just Kurt. We were all in that boat together. Like because I was drinking pretty much nothing but fucking Jaeger all night, and then,
I was drinking Jaeger by the glass,
by the goblet. Yeah. I think you had a goblet of Jaeger. I don't even know. But yeah, it was ridiculous. Like we were just fucking hammered.
Die.
And then the strippers like kept coming over to me, and I was like, "It's his bachelor's party or bachelor, whatever." And then they were like, "Oh, we're gonna sit over here." I was like, "Oh, go the fuck away!" Like I would say it to him, and then they would just come. They would just flock even more. And I was like, "Why is this happening?"
And then when then your dad, like that was by far.
Was he there?
Yeah, he was there.
He was.
He was there. Wow.
He was.
You drank a lot. I think there's a lot about that night people don't remember.
That's true.
But yeah, your dad, I remember because like I went and I got rolls of one, just rolls and rolls of ones. And your dad went up to the bench there, that front spot. And while he was up there, I see him starting to get up because he's like searching his pockets. He didn't have anything. So he's starting to get up and I was like, no. And I put my hands on his shoulder and I shoved probably $50 of ones in his front pocket on his shirt. I'm like, no, there you go, man. You're fine. You're covered. And then Lace was saying, hey, you should get him a lap dance. And I'm like, that's the worst idea in the world. I'm going to do it. So I went and I was like, I just waited and I watched. I waited to see who your dad was eyeballing the most. I'm like, yep, there we go. And I was like, hey, come here. And she grabbed him, dragged him off, and I was like, oh yeah, we're not going to see him for a while.
I just started to think how much you spent.
Oh God. It was.
I dropped at least a few $100 a day.
Yeah,
Like-
that easily. That was definitely easily. Well, I just went up with my Animax Platinum and I just threw it on the counter. I said, "Hey, just everything." I said, "You see those people here? They're all on that tab. They order anything, you put it on that tab."
I had a tab.
Yeah. Anytime you were drinking.
I was putting and getting drinks and stuff on my tab. Fuck.
Well, every drink that I bought,
look at it this way.
was definitely not on your tab.
No, I understand.
Well, look
No,
at
I
it this way,
like,
Adam.
man,
You're
fuck
tipping
that.
quite generously.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wasn't
You were
so.
you were dropping some bills on tips there.
That's why that's okay.
I wasn't though. Like I wasn't
Yes,
tipping.
oh, dude, you were. When those chicks came around with those test tubes or whatever the hell it was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but I was
or
buying
whatever.
I was buying the shots.
No. You slipped one of them a $20 tip.
Yeah.
Somebody should have stopped me because I obviously did not realize I was doing that.
Yeah, the
'Cause I
funniest
would
part
never
was
fucking do
Who
that.
was the responsible sober one that was going to stop you for anything?
the funniest
You know where I
part
was.
Travis, the
was
post-
when the funniest part though was when you were dropping those tips, and after she was done doing those runs, she was trying to hang on you, and you're like, "Get the fuck away!"
Yep.
She gave me
Total
the
big
number.
signals. Total big
Yeah, she
signals.
gave me that the chick who was doing like the drink girl or whatever. I don't know what she was. She was just carrying like the trays of drinks around. She wound up she gave me her number before the end of the thing. And I was just like, no, I can't deal with this. I'm not this kind of individual. But she was attractive, but also worked in a strip club, which I don't disrespect strippers.
Not going to date him.
No, I don't respect strippers though. I guess that's the same.
You respect to disrespect strippers.
I respect that that's what they do. You know what I mean? Like, but I just think that, like I don't go to strip clubs. You know what I mean? Like last time I think I was at one was your bachelor's party. Like, it's just I just don't go to them. So
Well, I couldn't date a porcupine myself, so I don't blame you.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to dating somebody who worked in that environment. It's just one of those things where it's like, all right, just don't come home like high on fucking meth. You know what I mean? Like that's because.
But she had to get those
like,
bees out of her teeth.
Exactly. Like it just seems like that kind of environment where it's real slippery. Like you could fall for bad stuff really easily because it's just prevalent.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it's bad. I don't want to see people fuck their lives up.
I'd just like to throw in though real quick. We've been at this so long that I am now on my way home from work.
Yeah. We've been doing this for a while.
You need to wrap it up.
Wrap it up,
Wrap it up, B.
Yeah, I think we should wrap this up.
It's been fun though.
Yeah.
We
got
had,
off on tangents for sure.
All right. We all had like sign on. Well, I don't really have a sign on, but like everybody else had like a sign on for like where they're at, and how do you sign off a podcast? And you're just like, well, that's it. Or should we just like
Holy shit.
We're gonna watch Cyberblood die on the road.
right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, are you gonna fucking like eat shit and we're all gonna have to watch this right now?
All of a sudden, you start seeing the car rolling and rolling and rolling.
Cut that
like-
shit live.
And then there's about 5 seconds of silence, and then D pops up and says, "Well, I guess that's how you do a podcast."
Well, when you
wouldn't it be
see-
funny if you shut your fucking mouth?
Well, when you don't see lights passing or me, that's when you are like, okay, the podcast can end now.
Yeah. Although it would be interesting if you were to be abducted by aliens, because then we could at least have a few witnesses right now.
Exactly, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, sorry for your but yeah,
Driving some backgrounds. They seem to love rednecks.
Well, I hear from prisoners, you get used to it after a while.
yeah.
You're not wrong.
The human body can endure a lot.
I mean, I heard.
There was that time up at Merck Forest.
I thought we said we'd never talk about that again.
What did you do to Merck
sorry.
Forest? That is a beautiful place.
We had to keep warm
How
somehow.
dare you?
Look, I was the big spoon, okay? I was the big spoon.
Oh, that's not so bad.
You are the spooniest.
I am spoon shaped.
I mean, I jumped into Beaver Pond and caught hyperthermia, so
Yeah, man. That,
Dude,
I had to do
that
something.
fucking pond, Jesus Christ. At any
I
time
walked-
of year, that thing was 40 degrees.
Yeah, I walked through one of those boggy ponds in Merck Forest with waders on, and I walked into a dead fucking moose. I'm not even joking. It was the most terrifying thing.
Now, see, just a dead
Well,
moose
it
on
was
its
worse-
own
it was
is
worse.
pretty bad, but
It was-
a dead fucking moose,
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
impressive.
And in the water.
It was worse because if you've ever had waders on, and well, I imagine most of us have, but like up to a certain point, you're walking through water, so it's not a fast thing. And
Right.
that happened to me. And what it was is like it's like I walked into it, like it hit me in like the hip area. The water I was in was like this deep. It was like really deep, and so then I was like, oh, what the hell is that? You know, I was like, it feels like a branch. So I reached down and I grabbed it. It was the fucking antler. And so like as I pulled it up, it was like just the head of a moose that came up. It was all like a skull and like half eaten and shit. And I was just like, oh. And then like as soon as I moved the body, like snakes fucking came out of it and shit. And I was just like, oh, like I was terrified. And I like turned around to run, but I'm in fucking waders. So I was like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, yeah, I'm fucking dead if one of these snakes just decides to end me. You know what I mean? Like there's just nothing I could do right now. But yeah, it was horrifying. It's funny.
These motherfucking snakes in this motherfucking pond.
Moose. Yeah, dude, it was weird.
Gotta wonder,
It was-
what took down the moose?
There's a chimera for you. Moose snake.
Yeah. It was I don't think I was like the one kid who was like everybody else was like catching crayfish and stuff, like crawdads or like by the beach or whatever you want to call it. And
By the
I was,
banks.
yeah. And I was just like, oh, I gotta go all the way out there to see what's in the middle, you know, kind of thing. Sure enough.
Did you learn your lesson?
Yeah. I'm gonna do it again.
At least not in waders, right? At least not in the water.
No. I mean, I've gone like snorkeling and stuff, I guess, which is kind of that's badass though. Snorkeling is cool.
Yeah.
Have you been scuba diving
Never.
yet?
I haven't. Yeah, I wanted to get my scuba certification while I was in the Navy. I just never. I honestly was just lazy about it, and I didn't do it. I should
Scuba
have, though.
is how I got my first serious sunburn when I was in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Holy shit!
I went
learned
to-
how to wear a wetsuit from then on.
Yeah, I did a lot of snorkeling around Hawaii while I was there, but I did it once, like the North Shore, which is like
Yeah.
on Oahu anyway. Much cleaner water, and you can see for like a couple miles underwater. It's crazy.
Yep.
But then I did it on the South Shore. There's a lot dirtier water, and at one point I put like the goggles on, and then I like kind of like half dove, you know, like start swimming around and looking at stuff, and I was like face to face with a sea turtle. Like it was just like checking me out or something, and I like terrifying.
Maybe you should stay out of the water, bro.
Yeah,
Like giant
understand that.
eyeball. Oh my God.
You should not go scuba diving because you do not have any luck in water. You'll go fucking
Oh, no,
scuba diving and find a great white shark to be a pet.
Yeah.
Cecil, maybe you should take him scuba diving with you.
No, but after I realized it was a turtle, like I just kind of like I got, you know, my senses back or whatever, and I was able to stay. It wasn't deep enough that I couldn't stand, you know, and I like just kind of.
logger or leather.
I think it was I don't know. I don't know the difference. It was a turtle. The
The turtle.
Yeah. So once I realized it was just a turtle, like right in front of me or whatever, I was laughing so hard on the beach because it really scared me for a second. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" You know what I mean? Like,
Give you the ugly eye.
it was like because your brain automatically thinks like it's a shark, it's something that can kill you because it's the ocean or whatever, and it's unknown or whatever.
Run away!
Yeah. It was just a turtle, just like doing its turtle stuff, just like whatever. I don't care about you, and it just terrified me. And I just had to laugh for like a good minute after that. I was just done. But it was fun though. I loved. That's the first time I think I've really ever gone snorkeling or whatever. And you see so much cool shit. Like I had no idea that the beach was home to that much ocean life. You know what I mean? Like it's because it's like 5 feet away from you. You don't even know until you put these little goggles on and get under there. And suddenly it's just like the life, it just explodes. You're like, holy shit.
Yep. Same
all my
thing.
life.
When I first dove around Honolulu area when I was in Hawaii, once I had those goggles on and I was swimming around, it was like, holy shit. I've never seen in the waters like from where we grew up so much life in one area underwater.
Yeah. Remember, did you guys ever go to Emerald Lake?
Yeah, by us, yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
I think it was so like murky all the time.
So there was like a lot of plant life in that lake. And there was a certain point that I just wouldn't go past because it was like dense as seaweed, just like you'd have to like basically could almost like scoot along the top of it. It was so dense, but I couldn't do it because it would just be like, it's just fucking weird. Like I just don't like this feeling all around me underwater while I'm trying.
Right.
I used to swim to the inner island, but
yeah, I never really.
I hated diving in Lake Lauderdale because of all the seaweedy kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's just weird. And then you see some guy pull like a fucking like 300-pound catfish out of one of those swimming holes, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, water, why are you so scary? All right, guys, I should probably get going. I gotta go to the bathroom and all that jazz. But
yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Fun episode. We went rambling on pretty long, but a lot of fun.
I don't even know what the fuck the purpose. Like we had a start, right? There was like
we had a purpose. It went to the wayside, which is usually what happens.
It was all good. It turned into a big old story time. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
I think the downfall is really when we started talking about porn, and then it was downhill from there.
Yeah, but it was still related to gaming. Come on,
it was
VR. It's totally legitimate. Then it went to Adam's idea of someone porting it to play Mario. Come on.
Oh yeah, I forgot I said that. Don't you don't have to quote me on that from here on out. No, I think augmented reality and that stuff is just gonna be dope. I think that's like the way of the future. Right?
I don't know. I see the movie Surrogates coming into play.
Spy Kids? Did you say?
Yes.
Oh, Surrogate. I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. That makes sense. I was like,
Spy Kids, dude. Spy Kids.
That's a hell of a leap from Spy Kids to Surrogates.
Well, I heard. All right. So from my end, I heard the S sound, and then I heard the end of Surrogate. So it was like, and I was like, Spy Kids? What the fuck? Like, I don't know. And then that's why I had to ask, because I was really confused. I was like, what does this have to do with? But yeah, no, Surrogates is accurate. Or Lawnmower Man or some shit like way back in the day.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know. I think it'd be cool. Because like I really, if you think about it, like VR or whatever, like there can't be a more immersive experience for a game other than putting you directly in it. You know what I mean? So I just think that's why it's going to be.
Then there's the one person that gets trapped in it, like in a freaking hack sign.
Sword Art Online.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't turn into Dead Space, that's all I care about.
Oh my god, Dead Space is a great game. Terrifying. That's one of those creepy ass games. They got it right again. They did that well.
Yeah, they
Run
did.
like hell.
was gonna say that game right there made me like walk around and stomp on everything in real life too. Like I'd walk by something and be like, that fucking thing looks like it's alive. Crunch. No, it's fucking not now.
When you go by like the nursery, you're just like, oh no. No. Like this isn't happening right now. And then all like the baby fucking demons come at you. You're like, what the fuck? Like that was just disturbing. You're like, because
they actually add in real life stuff like that though, like pulling in babies, kids, kittens, puppy dogs.
Well, it's like one of those things where they make you walk through it first, and it's clearly written on the wall that this is the nursery or whatever. So you're like, God damn it! Like you just know that these creepy little stepchildren are gonna come to fucking.
I don't think there's anything creepier than like these dead zombified or demonic like babies and small children. I mean, small children are creepy enough as it is.
Well, it's because you label them with an essence of innocence to them, and you don't think that they're run out and like stab you in the leg with a piece of glass, and then one of them runs out and stabs you in the leg with a piece of glass.
You probably
because when you see that happen, sort of, especially if it's like with the intent to do harm or whatever, not just like, oh, I had no idea that would do that, I feel terrible or whatever, but like the intent, then it's like instead of a child being just purely innocent, they could also be purely evil. And it's like that's fucked up to think about. You know what I mean? Like
Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah. All that shit is just fucked. I can't.
It's like, yep, that one has a unibrow. That's an evil baby.
Yeah. You should check out on YouTube. There's like a lot of like short films and stuff. And
yeah, there are.
Some of the ones they make for like the horror genres, like as like 10-15 minute shorts, are better than like most horror movies.
Hey, I've been actually watching them, man. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing. Like some of them are just really dope. There's one called it was on Netflix for a while, and I tried to urge everybody to check it out. But it's called Low. I just put it. It's just LO. And it's like 45 minutes long, but it's fucking great. It's the best is like production. It must have cost like $100 to make the whole movie.
That's awesome.
But it's perfect. Yeah, it's so.
Did
good.
you guys see Lights Out?
That was good. That was a good short. I like Lights Out.
I've seen Lights Out.
That was one of those great, like, super psychological.
Yeah, it was good to give you. Yeah, it's good to give you like a scare with. You're like, oh no.
Yeah, I know what's gonna happen right now. I know it's gonna happen. Then when all of a sudden the thing's floating, you're like, oh fuck me.
Yeah. You're like, oh,
another nice thriller is Don't Breathe.
Yeah.
Is it Don't Breathe or is it Don't Move?
Don't Breathe.
Yeah,
I feel like
Don't
I'm
Breathe.
thinking of one that's called Don't Move.
You know what else is great for a nice scary chuckle?
Having your kids sneak up behind you while you're doing a podcast.
I was also thinking of getting one of those cardboard boxes filled with those old like reels of film.
Oh, fuck you. You had that in my house. I swear to God. I will find you. I will draw and quarter you. And the last thing your head sees before it dies is me teabagging you.
Cecil,
that was a great movie.
Check your attic lately?
No, fuck you. No. I'm not going up to my attic. You know what? If there was something like that in the attic, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm going to walk outside. I'm going to dump toluene all over the fucking house. I'm going to light the match. I'm going to walk away. And I'm just going to, the people that still be in the house, I don't care. This place will burn to the ground.
What about that crawl space that you did to do the wiring?
Oh yeah, I don't care. I don't care where. If it's in there, it could be sitting on my daughter's bed upstairs. You know what'll happen? My fucking daughter's bed is going to be torched. That's what's going to happen.
Not now, honey. All right, guys, I gotta get going. It's been great. Hopefully we can
catch you later.
Yeah, if we do this again, maybe I know that you guys got a show to put on or whatever, so maybe we could follow. I'm down to see just what kinds of games and whatnot we can always talk about. I think we all have a pretty rich history.
Yeah.
It's been great, guys.
Next time, this is kind of the first trial thing, so next time I'll schedule something a little bit better. I'll send the invites, the show notes, and everything else.
Yeah,
I was thinking originally it was only going to be me and Cecil, so.
Yeah, I saw you posted on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not doing shit right now. I might as well check this out." All right, man. I gotta get going.
Have a good one.
Good
Take it easy, guys.
All right, do you guys want to zip over to Discord and I'll stop this broadcast?
Yeah, let me kill. I'm killing Audacity right meow.
Okay, I'm going to kill. Where the killing it right meow?
And I'm killing the Skype recorder.
Okay, cool.
I'll be home in about like 15 minutes.
You want to play some Diablo or something?
I'm gonna take a piss, pop a top, and yeah, I could do that.
All right, I'm loading up Discord and I'm firing up Diablo.
I made it to level 31 today before I left for work.
Awesome. Are you hardcore seasonal or just regular?
Just regular.
Okay.
Blasting through the story.
Yeah, I gotta go on hardcore, finish out my hardcore character, not only on PC but also on PS4.
Awesome. All right, well, I'm going to stop the broadcast. I'm going to scoot over to Discord.
Yep. I'll see you there.
All right. Everybody have a good night.